in the night. So cold rocket dreams, resilience in the fold. Hedge pressure rising, the charts are bold. Daily bands rapping, stories untold. Riding with rockets through the AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade hope never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Flying with rockets through the AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade hope never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Treading air, with pulse ascending, mind on fire, never ending. Trees of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Riding with rockets, scooter AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade hope never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, midnight glory. Heartbeat thumping, another story. Green and red, flashing voices loud. Future kings standing on their cloud. Checking the charts with your AI. Up we go, reaching for the sky. Every trade hope never dies. On the edge as the numbers fly. Checking the charts, checking the charts. Midnight glory. Sanctuary in all its blending. Mind on fire, never ending. Dreams of gold, endless fight. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night. Push on through the endless night.
Good morning, friends. Welcome to the stream. It's so good to see names again. Instead of the old screen names, and I can see your actual real names, so I can do roll call like normal. Like, good morning, Mark, Chase, Tyler, Juan, Bruce, Simon, William, Botrix. That's the bot. Captain, Simon, Fraser, Henry, Itai, Franco, Andrew, JTR, Sticky, Jaded, Alex, Alexis, David, good morning. Elaine, good morning. Good coffee, good coffee, coffee. Joseph, good morning. EC, good morning. Savage, Squish, A, Daniel, etc. The rest of y'all. Good morning, 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 morning. Can publish a new model for Dynamics. Oh my gosh, I forgot to do it. Thank you, thank you. I did it, but I forgot to print it. Yes, my bad, my bad, my bad. Sorry about that, you guys. I saw the message last night when I was going to bed. Let me do it for y'all real quick. Yes, sir. Thank you for the reminder. Okay. I literally did it yesterday afternoon, and then I did it. I marked my chart up and I forgot to post it. My bad. I'm sorry about that. Here he goes. Market didn't do anything yesterday, so it's like, there it is. Post it in chat. The new numbers. Okay. All right. Morning, guys. Morning. Smash the like button. Don't forget to hit it. Today you're going to try your luck with 27 YouTube accounts. You should have 270 YouTube accounts. That's the way to do this. All right, guys. Good morning. We're back. It's Monday morning. We're ready to hit the markets. Let me get my everything ready for this morning. All right. You know, I've been having my internet was going out last week. My lights weren't working this morning. It's just like, you know, every once in a while, the tech just starts to become wonky for a little bit. I don't know why the lights weren't trying to turn on this morning. You almost got to see me in the dark today. But we're back. Okay. Just going on the news today. Okay, get the community traders out. We're gonna talk about that because it's been a little bit. Okay, we're down, and we're done. All right, so today, this week, news. It's a, you know, it's a week before Fed, right? So we got everybody talking about Fed getting maybe possibly even a 50 basis point cut coming up. This week's gonna be relatively light. Wednesday has PPI coming out, and then CPI on Thursday. So later on in the week, it's gonna come out with some bigger stuff. And then of course, every 2 weeks, Michigan numbers come out. So that's this Friday. Of course, the market's gonna probably not care anymore about inflation or Michigan numbers or CPI or anything, because basically Powell said we don't really care about it anymore. It's not really the main focus of our decision making. So I think no matter what happens with the CPIs and PPIs, the market's gonna rally off of the idea of anything that's bad is good. The worse that it looks, the better it's gonna be. So I think that that's kind of how we responded to you know, the last round of jobs data. So maybe the CPI looks garbage, which it should, because the PPI prior was bad, and there's a delay between PPI and CPI, meaning that the producer side of prices go up, and the consumer side is eventually going to go up as the inventory makes its way to the shelves. Finally, the CPI is going to start looking worse and worse, and maybe Wall Street's just not going to care. Now we are in the mode of finally, after all this time, after like weeks of just teasing and screwing around, that the VIX is below contango midpoint at the open for the first time in a while as well. I guess last week was the same way. But, I mean, we hugged and hugged. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days, the first half of the month where we are above contango midpoint chilling, and then finally we're like down. Then yesterday we tried to sell and break again, and now we're back. We've never really seen this in a long time. It's not really like a definitive sort of month, right? Remember talking about the previous month, we fell below and then stayed below at the end of the month. Could we get this month being like this? Yes. It didn't hug at it all week, all month to give us that confusion. Here's like the month that was bearish back in February and March, right? And we were above it, and then we stayed above it, you know, usually. And then here we were above it and stayed above it, right? You're usually going to have a defining sort of move, and then the VIX just starts in decay. So the fact that VIX hasn't decayed was kind of weird and alarming. So that created that weird topping pattern that we've seen. And all of a sudden, you know, that was part of the reason why I put puts underneath me, just in case market started getting weird. And it's okay, because at the time, you know, market was being weird for a little bit. And this is the first time we've seen it weird since we bottomed out in April. So finally it's like, okay, maybe it's going to get weird. So let's have some hedge. And then now things are looking stellar. We're back at all-time highs or near all-time highs on the S&P. And so we peaked all-time highs on Friday, and then, you know, sold overnight. We, you know, peaked and sold. And then now we're sort of like sitting at the edge again. We do have monthly expiration in 2 Fridays. So be careful here. Obviously, this is going to cause some kind of movement leading into it. But with the VIX and the continual decay should be fine. We have new VIX expiration in 2 Tuesdays as well. So that'll cause a whole different trading month to happen. So this will probably, again, maybe still be good. this month, but it'll be like in the clear next month. I feel like it's like one weird month and then we're clear. That's just my opinion now. How you guys doing? All right. Is the music a little loud? Oh, my bad. Yeah, let me turn it down a little bit. Hold on. That should be better. It does seem a little loud. I was fiddling with stuff on Friday. How's that? Let me crank it. Here, let me see if that's better. Let me see if that's better. Okay, crank it down a little bit more. All right. I feel like my lights could be brighter as well. They feel a little dark today. But the control panel, like the network is not recognizing my lights anymore, which is really weird. I think I need to go reset the router one more time. Teach you how to scoot. Somebody says, hey Matt, what's up? Teach me how to scoot. Teach me how to scooty. Teach me how to scooty. Of course I will. Good morning, Mr. Rocket. Hello, Mr. Rocket. This is what they... You can call me Matt. Mr. Rocket was my dad. Can I check your earlier message? What easier to email you or talk to you, Twitter or Discord? What do you, it depends. It's easy to talk to me here. What's up? What you need? What you got? How me strap it on to the scoot? All right, $10. It'll cost you $10 to strap it on. If it's something sensitive related to your account or whatever, you can just email me at Matt@RockScooter. You can talk to one of our admins. You can talk to Slacks. Howdy. Woo! What do I got? Breakfast? What do we got here today?
A fresh made turkey bacon sandwich. Everyone's going to cancel you now. They've been telling you or me to stop giving you turkey bacon.
Yeah.
But it's like I bought so many. What am I supposed to do?
Look, it looks like it's doing this. I guess it on its tongue. Hold on, let me see the turkey bacon came out all right.
I just heated it lightly on the grill pan. It probably still tastes as gross.
No, it's actually pretty good. Turkey bacon is an odd food substance.
It really is.
Yeah.
Did you tell them about the Japanese candy? It tastes like shoe foam, but it works.
Oh yeah, we went to the Japanese festival in Houston yesterday. There was like all kind of food trucks and sumo wrestling events and singers and stuff. We found this candy truck. And they sold this stuff that could only be described as eating a shoe insert. It was like a light foam. It was very appetizing candy. It was really good. It was orange flavor. But it was like if you were to chew on a shoe insert, it was more like, it was even a lighter foam than that. It kind of reminded me of shelf liners. That kind, like the beaded foam,
yeah.
The shelf liners. It had the texture of shelf liner, if you can imagine eating those.
Actually, don't. You shouldn't. But if you're curious, go to Japan. They'll simulate that.
It was actually pretty interesting. Yeah, they're like the little, it's like this stuff right here. Hold on. Let me see if I can show you guys. It reminds me of this. Like that's the texture that I was thinking of. Hold on. The rubber, well, I guess I don't want to show the picture. This kind of stuff right here. You know what I'm saying? Like the mat. You know that it's a spongy sort of light foam. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was just interesting candy. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't eat it though. That's it's just made of rubber.
Don't eat that, but try the Japanese candy. You wouldn't know that it's good until you try it. I'm like fully convinced that a pregnant woman came up with that that formula.
Why?
Remember I told you only pregnant women can have weird ass cravings? So she probably chewed on a shoe liner when she was pregnant and was like, you know what? I'm going to invent the same texture and add orange flavoring for all the other pregnant women or the world to, taste what I'm craving. Enjoy this.
Japan is always living in the future, though. It could be very possible that that's like the future of candy. It was a really good texture. It was like, it's like you think it's going to be like a fruit roll up and then you just chew on it. It's like, interesting. It doesn't dissolve in your mouth. Yeah. but it doesn't really have any resistance either.
Yeah, it's like the future of dry candy without being dry.
Yeah.
It's like microwave turkey.
We only found the candy truck in the back because like the lines, the food truck lines were 100 people in each line. It was crazy. That's what you do when you usually go to like a festival, right? It's always like food, you know, you basically like line up and eat, whatever. And we were just looking at these lines and we decided we don't want to wait in line for like hours for just like food poisoning. So then we decided to go into the back and see what they got in the back. And then we found this like little, it was actually a convenience store food truck. It wasn't even a candy truck, which is, again, Japan lives in the future. It was a whole truck and you like walked into it and then it was like, hey, it's a little convenience store. What do you want? Chips, sodas, ice cream.
Slushy drinks in a bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good day. You okay there?
Yeah.
I heard somebody get hit. Jesus. All right. Anyways, so this week we have PPI coming out Wednesday. We have CPI coming out Thursday, and then Friday we have Michigan numbers coming out. So we're gonna have a little bit of a kind of like volatile week, I would say. We are gapping up in both NASDAQ and both the S&P. So starting the day off strong. I would say this is a mildly decent gap of 15 points. I'm excited to see what happens with this. I feel like I should like lower the camera. Actually, let me zoom in the camera a little bit. I know you guys always see that much, but maybe if we made it real set that much. Let's do something different. Whoa, the whole stream has changed. Oh no. Sounds like a freeze-dried pet lollipop things, Polly Pops. Have y'all had the freeze-dried candies before? I had these before as well, like freeze-dried Skittles and freeze-dried gummy bears. Weirdest thing you ever eat. But it's cool, like a freeze-dried gummy bear. It's an interesting thing. Some of them are good, some of them are weird. The Skittles, pretty decent, because the Skittles become crunchy at this point, like a sweet tart almost. Pretty good. Can the FundNX rapid challenge be passed in 1 day? Folly, that's correct. 1 day pass. Any opinion on funding ticks? Just buy an eval from them for the first time. I hear good things. I'm supposed to meet with these guys, and I keep forgetting to do it. The owner reached out and was like, "Hey, you know, we'd like to work with you guys." And I honestly I have been so busy. I haven't, and I need to meet with those guys and chat with them, see what they're about. Everybody I know that works with them says great things, so I'm excited to hear more. And news on that, this Thursday, I'm be meeting with the guys at NinjaTrader about a possible prop firm they're starting. So keep in mind. And there's lots of new stuff coming down the prop space. We still have this, this slot right here up for grabs between our partners. So we've been talking to Apex. We can talk to Funding Ticks, NinjaTrader. We say we usually we're only gonna have 6 partners. So I'm like, what do we do with this last one? We chatting with the folks at Apex. You know, they said they're gonna make some changes. We'll see what they say. Oh, so your issue. Let me see what you said. Hold on. Let me scroll up and see it. Okay, hold on. Could you check your earlier email? Character limit makes it tough. You can please turn from the next dashboard to issue so account was in trade of 8, not dashboard. And the 13K email on account was wiped and closed. Oh, okay. So just go through customer service at FundNext as your first step. Remember, your first step is like not to go through me. Go through customer service, right? And if customer service doesn't give you an answer or doesn't help you out, then I'll help you out. Like, you know, being fair to the process. They do have a customer service team. So the first thing you do is go through them. Icefire. And if they're not helping you out like in a timely manner, then I'll push it through. So you already have to kind of start and have a ticket with them and then get everything going. And then, you know, and then I'll try to help you after you do that. So do that first. Make sure you do that first. Do that right now. Did I take the scooter? I always take the scooter. All right, all right, all right. And we see that if the Fed cuts rates, do we see a big bump in the market during the news? It's going to be hard to say because you can't ever forecast how the market's going to respond to something like that. Usually the expectation gets priced in ahead of time. So right now, the fact that we have not been selling off when the market was volatile and people were selling is because there are people that are covering shorts and getting out of the way of Fed bumping rates down. You can tell that the market is already trying to price that in. We've had scare days where the market, everything flips bearish for a day, like all the signals are bearish, which is rare, and then the next day it's back to bullish. That's all you need to know about the current opinion of the rate cuts, right? People are definitely pricing that in now. Okie doke. All right, speaking of opinions, let's look at positions, the non-opinion side of the market. Let's see where everybody's sort of positioned right now. Competitive Trader is going to tell you a little bit about how people are stationed in the market. And we have all the way up until the 8th of September, which is this one that's coming up. This data point here is the 1st of September, which is the last one. And as you see, bottom right of the screen, all you need to look at is how this shape of this bottom curve set looks like. Green line, asset managers, long side, blue line, leverage funds, short side. And the short side and the blue side doing this or that means liquid. This or this means illiquid. When it's like this or like that, it's pretty liquid. This is the most liquid and most bullish. Alligator mouth open, chomp, chomp, chomp. Looking just like it. It means that there are buyers in the market, new buyers stepping in, which you haven't seen in a while, right? Even since April, we took a dive off of the million something. This is like 1.1 million contracts long that kind of dove down to roughly about 800,000. So down here at the bottom, we finally start seeing a little bit of growth up to about 870, 860. So we're starting to see longs step back in at this high consolidation, which is good. And for every person that's buying, we see that there's more people shorting against it, which means there's a buyer for every seller. And because buyers and sellers find each other, markets don't crash out when things are liquid. Liquid markets don't crash, well, number one. And the fact is that if there's not enough sellers for every buyer, then the dealers themselves had to be an extra buyer. So the dealers are becoming less and less and less and less short because there's almost twice as many shorts as there are longs at the rate. So the alligator mouth is not like equal. Let's see if I can aim at the camera. Equal. It's more like this. The long side is, let's get the angle right. The long side is like this and the short side is like, bam, like way down. Like there's more, it's slopier this way than this way. Slopier, I think, is a word. So when you look at the two, the dealers are having to go even less short, which means they're actually the buyers of last resort as well for all the additional shorting. People are trying to short and sell at the top. But as long as there are willing buyers in the market, it doesn't crash. You've learned this. As long as the green line's going up, it'll never sell off for the most part in the longer haul of things. So a lot of people are thinking like, man, the market's just going to start being bearish and trending down. Nobody showed you that evidence yet. We were hedging on the weird wonkiness we did get. But that's basically it. I was hedging. But everything does look stable. I was hedging in case things fell apart. Things currently have structure that is nice and bullish, right? So you're saying that IDOC was giving me subliminal pregnancy messages? That's hilarious. Email is mad at Rocket Scooter if you're trying to email me. Mike is messing up. Wait, what's going on? Hello? Mike is messing up. Wait, what's going on? Hello? Oh no. I hear it too. We're back. No, these guys are good. These guys are good at letting me know something's happening. You don't have to tell them to calm down. They're pretty good. I hear it. We're back. We're back. They call me Robot Scooter. Me beep boop boop. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, like, I don't know. Ever since the lightning struck and knocked the internet out, like whatever it was a long time ago, things get a little shaky sometimes. I feel like my computer, I know I just built a new computer, but I feel like my computer is still feeling like PTSD from that lightning strike. It gets weird sometimes. Anyways. We better. All right. Wait, I made the wolf's howl. Wait, tell me about it. It's about his little publication. that what they call it? Is that Franco? Is that Wolf Financial's newsletter or whatever? Or is that some other saying? Good morning, Mr. Rocket. Did I trade longs last night? Mr. Rocket traded nothing last night. You think since Hurricane Beryl, a lot of people have been having issues in the area? Oh, with my robot voice? Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Wolf Financial for a minute. Anyways, whatever I was talking about was committed traders liquid enough to not crash. That's all I'm trying to say. I was hedged just in case the market was going to crash, but my hedge is probably not going to pay out any kind of, you know, anything. But I mean, they're still active for a little bit, so we'll see. No trading till we get pickle. He came in a second ago. You missed it. You got to rewind to the beginning of the stream. Doc brought me a sandwich and a pickle. And he's gone down. Okay, so today, starting the market out slightly in the green. We are moving up about 15 points, which is good. I love a gap, anything over 10 points S&P. Positive res means they're supporting at half gap. Normally the question is, typically with the bull long ups, it's one of these kind of trade setups are just like this. The 1A is, do I long at the open and do I buy at the dip? Is hedge pressure nearby? The question is always that, right? So normally what I do is I always typically stage in right at the open. I'll take a long with a couple of accounts, and then those accounts could turn red just like Friday, and then the rest of them I dig out at the bottom. That's the best way to trade these opening breaks if you trade at the open. A lot of people don't trade at the open. I do. And so my strategy of trading with the open is exactly this. And I usually let you guys see the one on stream, like the first one that I'm trading, right? The first account that I tap is usually the one at the open. So usually on stream, on the days it does sell off, the one you see is the one that takes the biggest hit. And that's the one that took the biggest hit on Friday. And then when we dipped at the bottom, I ended up buying a bunch and a bunch of other accounts and turned most of them green. So Friday ended up being a pretty good day for me, even though two of the accounts got beat up pretty bad. But yeah. No, I was just hedging for literally one month. That's it. Just for this month. From VIX expiration to VIX expiration is what I look for. That's typically my trick. So I'm basically hedging that this month doesn't fall apart by the end of the month. Usually when you reset on the Tuesday before the third Wednesday, that's the new month when you're buying puts. I think people that buy puts don't think like very much into this, but puts to me most likely pay out when volatility is a problem, when the VIX is just crazy volatile and the market crashes out on some news or something. And usually whatever like residual effect you have in that particular month ends on the next third Tuesday. It's not really Friday to Friday pairing up with the monthly expiration, even though monthly expiration creates some effects. The volatility can happen any time in the VIX month when you get the scare. So when you roll into a new VIX month, it's possible in your contango. When you hit the contango midpoint, if it's hovering above, then the rest of that month is at risk of being the month to pull back until the following third Tuesday. So normally my trick is to get them to expire on that last third Tuesday. So I cover myself for the entirety of the month. Right, while we're sitting on the edge of triple B. So everything today is looking pretty bullish. We are breaking into session highs, even pre-market before market opens. We are looking pretty nice. Decent little gap up. The question is, do I want to long right at the open or wait for a little bit of a dip to pull back to grab a long from? This is kind of just a sort of continuation of last week's movement. You know, usually days like this are pretty strong. Like once you get your sort of like testing and the consolidation, the breakout to the high, the market's probably going to continue to rally from here. This is probably the end of the crazy movement. If there is anything selling off, we do test yesterday's low probably. Sorry, yesterday's open. So I'm going to say worst case scenario today, we fall to here and then we move. Okay. So I think that should be about where we are. Anything below here, market's going to pull back. So basically yesterday's open and close is going to be your support for today. That's what I feel. So it's looking pretty solid. Now the question becomes, yes, look, when I say yesterday, I always mean trading yesterday. So you can't get me to change my my verbiage. You just got to learn it, Moreau. I'll always will say yesterday because sequentially I only exist Monday through Friday. Between Saturday and Sunday, I turn this ethereal vapor sort of thing and I vanish back in the cosmos and I return on Monday. Time doesn't exist where I'm from. So it goes Friday, Monday, and then that's it. I'm a trading robot that only comes to trade, and then I cease to exist in the meantime. So in this particular event, for most part, also when you're watching the stream sequentially, you'll be like, oh, yesterday, let me go back to the previous stream. So I get used to saying tomorrow, and people are like, but isn't tomorrow Saturday? And I'm like, this is correct. But in my world, trading tomorrow is going to be Monday. So this goes back to Friday. What happened to Pickle? Pickle's, he's good. He's a good boy now. He's been trained. He went to doggy school and he came back with an A+. Because he's a very well-behaved, mild-mannered dog now, which is great. Super nice to have him back. He got back on a Tuesday, I think. All right. All right. I'm ready to pull the trigger here at the open. So typically what happens when you gap up, I look for positive rest, look for half gap to be about the range I'm going to play. So right now I'm just eyeballing where the middle is, right? So 737, give or take 735. This is the half gap. As long as the resilience is positive, something greater than, 0, then it's a strong long pivot. If I buy at half gap and then the market sort of this falls below 0, we can drop to fill the gap. So I told myself the worst case scenario is we fill the gap. This is 100 points underwater. If I were to hold one contract, 100 points underwater would be $2,000. Remember, every 100 points is 2,000 in NASDAQ. 8 times 2.5 because it's 800 every 40. So 100 is $2,000, right? So one contract will put me under $2,000. If I were just a long and it dives to fill the gap. Yes, yesterday's close, I believe, will be today's low, worst case scenario. So that's where I'm sitting today. Rip it in, Q. What's up, Tyler? Hello, son. How was your weekend? Were you part of that training? We were not allowed to be. It's very proprietary. But this is the guy that trained Cesar Millan, by the way. The dog whisperer guy. So this is his trainer. So this guy who studied with these folks, they're the ones who trained Pickle. Yeah, this was a fun fact they told us. They were like, they're like, he's always here. He always comes back to keep studying under us. And I'm like, oh, he's like the guy with the TV show, the dog whisperer guy. So apparently this group is very famous in the dog training circles, and it shows because Pickle is a dachshund, and dachshunds are little assholes, and you can't train them. According to everybody I know, they try to take their dog to obedience school, and he comes back even worse, right? Pickle came back like walking next to us and looking up, like, how fast are you walking so I can walk as fast as you are? Completely like completely well behaved. I was shocked and impressed. How was yours? Hey Tyler, my weekend was pretty good. Week is pretty good. Cooked some steaks. Had friends come over, board game night. We chilled a little bit. Played some games. What else did we do? You know, same old, same old. Just some Japanese festival yesterday. It's pretty dope. Idoc and I are going to see Coheed and Cambria today and Taking Back Sunday. So that's gonna be fun. We've been going to so many concerts lately. of music I listened to in college. Like remember like a couple of months back, we went and saw Amberlin and Hawthorne Heights and Thursday. So tonight's Coheed and then and TBS. So that's cool. And then tomorrow we're going to see Hans Zimmer orchestra. So like apparently, you know, Houston Orchestra be playing, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean, you know, so that'll be fun. And you know, Interstellar and Gladiator and all the good stuff. Hans Zimmer, that'll be fun. So that's my pretty decent week going on. Taking back Sundays from Long Island. Oh, they are nice. It's actually Hans Zimmer, I think, not just an orchestra playing Hans Zimmer. The reason I think this is because it's inside of the freaking basketball stadium, not just inside of like, you know, the typical Jones Hall is our music hall where you will have like your orchestras and stuff playing. So the fact that it's at freaking Toyota Center, which where the Rockets play, tells me it's going to be a huge event. So it's like probably the real Hans Zimmer going to be like. So if that's the case, that's what we're excited about it. We were like, we think it's really him conducting, not just like the orchestra playing his music, which happens all the time, but in a smaller venue. So it'd be dope, man, to see like Zimmer jumping up there and like jamming out. Yeah, he plays all kind of instruments and stuff. Yeah. The real, there's a fake one. Have you ever go to like your city doesn't have the symphony that plays you know, like random stuff all the time? Like we have symphony that'll play like, it's like Star Wars night and you'll be watching, you know, Return of the Jedi, and then they're playing like the soundtrack to the movie and like live while you're watching it. We have those all the time. The symphony puts it on, but you know, it's not like the conductor. It's not like John Williams there, you know, conducting it. Just like the regular conductor. So this apparently is Zimmerman himself, Mr. Zimmer, coming in and rocking out. So I think it'll be pretty dope. All right, let's get it going. Out the door. So the open at the resilience 80 and 50. Let me give it a minute to settle. Let's grab. So Nasdaq is here. S&P is here. S&P dipped a little tiny bit. Let's start out with the risky opening move on S&P possibly today. Let's double check. Nasdaq is the one moving faster. S&P is the one slugging a little bit. Nasdaq also has the worsening resilience. Let's grab S&P at half gap here. All right, let's see it. On the first dip, Nasdaq resilience is negative. Wait for gap fill. Guys, do me a favor and smash the like button really quick if y'all can do that for me. I always forget to ask y'all, but at 500 viewers, I mean at 1,000 viewers, $1,000 straight to fund a giveaway. All right. Are we gonna get the same shit that we had on Friday? S&P hit that half gap. Nasdaq is pushing up higher and trying to push up higher. Let's see, nothing yet. I'm not doing anything yet for that opening move. S&P close to half cap, and resiliences are fine. Yep, let me try it right here. 6,500 on the long side. Let me grab it with some here, just a couple. This is yesterday. I also am getting it a little early, right? 6,500, that psychological number. All right, let's hit it. Let's hit it good. Same thing. Same thing as before, bull long up, half gap, 1A movement. Bull zone and 1B is the next setup, which is really far away. That's a 30-point drop. If resiliences go negative, then it's a 30-point drop. So what I'm looking for today, at least worst case scenario is we're here. If we do fill the gap with positive res, it should hold right there to continue going higher, which is what I'm positioned for. Now in this particular move, this can hold certainly upside down for 10 points with a little bit of fat on stop me, about $1,000 a loss because I'm doing ES, not that big of a deal. So I'm not really too worried about this. And it looks pretty fine today. Let's double check the stocks while we're waiting, guys. Yeah, so do me a favor, click the like button if you can. Get the numbers back up to where they are. We'll do a giveaway as soon as we get up. I'm gonna see 500 plus. Everybody below, bottom right of the screen, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Should I hedge the hedge? Should I hedge the hedge? Sounds like a song, man. If I hedge the hedge. Do, 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 do. Got a little clap. Is that Clapton, right? If I hedge the world. Everything looks solid on the stock side. Google, good. Tesla, good. MHP break, Tesla upside. Meta running into MHP. So if Meta breaks 765 can create some kind of a nice little movement here. Microsoft's the one that's bearish today. Amazon decent and bullish. Apple and consolidating, neither bullish or bearish, sort of in the middle. Overall, BLDs are bullish. In general, Nvidia looking solid here. Bullish. Yep. Nvidia's moved BSU. Remember, BSUs go to the halfway point. So here's the opening move on a BSU. Remember, halfway point between bull zone and hedge pressure. So Nvidia today with a total of 5 points will go up 170. So Nvidia is about to tap 170 in just a second. We know BSUs love to consolidate right at that halfway point. So Nvidia is a run up. So we're probably getting a nice little run up at the start. Do, 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 do. Gonna make a trade if you do. Come on, NVIDIA, give us that love. Couple more bumps. Give me everything you got. Give me everything you got. the guy from I Love You, Man. Give me everything you got. Come on, give me everything you got. Way to go, Galaxy. Way to go. Shut up. All right. Gabriel, show me what you got. Let's go. Oh, shoot. I forgot to take my medicines today. I'll be right back. Hold on. Oh yeah. You gotta get swifty in here. Gotta shit on the floor in here. Gotta get swifty. Did I win the Powerball jackpot? If I won the Powerball jackpot, I wouldn't be trading this morning, and neither would any of you guys. I would send you all like $1 million. Seriously. I would do something absolutely crazy like that. I would be like, all my stream viewers, or I'd send you all like whatever. I don't know what the division of it is, but like, it'd be so funny if I was like, if you chatted in the stream on Friday, I'm going to send you like 50 grand for my Powerball winning. If I were to, I didn't even buy a ticket, so I forgot about it. But I would do something crazy like that. That would make national headlines, right? I'd be like, yeah, all my trader friends, fuck yeah, I bankrolled all of them. Let's go. What am I going to do with $500 million? You know what I'm saying? Or whatever it was. Nothing. I already got more enough money to live on and to do what I need to do life with. Anything extra is always going to be turned into a machine to make more money. So like, what would I do with it? But invest in more opportunities, you know? Like I live my life without want. I don't have any need for any more money. Like if I didn't make a single further dime, I would never need to make another dime. So anything extra that's a windfall, I'm like, I can do something cool with it. If I bankrolled every person that watched my stream loyally, and you guys, and then how cool, how crazy would that be, right? That would be something, that's something I would do. Local YouTuber wins Powerball and then gives, you know, what is 50,000 times 1,000? So that'd be 50,000. So that'd be $50 million of it, right? He bankrolls, he gives all of his loyal followers 50 grand each to the day trade with. And then all of those fucking degens blew it up within the next day. No, just kidding. Like, why not, right? All right. Hanging on the S&P. Resilience is good. Nice and tidy. Again, I've got 2 contracts just in case we go up to DD band, which you find. The expected low today would be about here. If we lose any of this and I decide to stop out, which I probably won't, bull zone support is the strong bull setup for the day. And I still got my puts in case market decides to die today. And then the market crashes immediately. That'd be hilarious though. Like that would make the stream go viral. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly, we'd wake up the next day with like 50,000 people watching the live stream. Yo, bro, can I get 10 bucks? Yo, bro, can I get, imagine the post at that point. Like, can I get, Mr. Rocket, can I get $1,000? Guys, can y'all do me a favor before I talk about giving y'all each 50? Like, I would give y'all $50,000 each, right? If I won the Powerball, and y'all won't even press the like button. So this is what I'm saying. You have to do your part. See how my heart works? My heart loves you guys. Y'all should love back. Book profits, great trade. Can you explain why I felt it was highly probable to the open would be bullish despite the selling on Friday? Well, yeah, despite the selling on Friday, right? This Friday doesn't mean anything towards today. The market moves day to day, and most of the intraday movement is typically determined by how those options are expiring that Friday. And if people are wanting to get in the trade or get out of the trade, it causes that bit of randomness. So Friday was just kind of its own thing. I don't utilize anything from a previous day to influence my decision on the next day, right? So today as an example, I look at the indicators as soon as the day opens. It's pretty simple. So our algorithm is extremely powerful at what it does. The first thing that I have is I have the liquidity maps, which are printed off to the side to tell me the direction of the market. This black dot is open. That's this price right here. This is telling me that the flow is bullish today automatically from the structure. This is going up here probably, or it's going to dip to find support, which is down in here. This particular example is kind of the worst case scenario. And so that's not really the trade I'm going to be looking for, but that is a trade I might be able to take. Plus, take note that the bull zone has support in the middle of it. So that's a really strong support instead. So today I either have a long at the open or a long at the next strong pivot, which is going to be here. This one is going to be utilized later on if we get there. So my decision typically when it says BLU is the code letter up here is always long at the open. 1A with the small position only. So I long at the open all the time if I have the confluence to go with it. And the confluence I have to go with it is this guy right here. If this white line is above 0, then this will say support. And then that's what this is doing. This is possibly support today. You see that? That's how that works. That's it. And so today I'm taking a small stab at the open with a small position in a couple of accounts. And then if the market dips to here, I can still buy off of this one on that same particular setup, the 1A, which is a small setup trade. Anything inside of what we call the redistribution zone are small setups. We call them B setups, depending, because the market is going to be choppy inside of the gap always. So I take a small stab here. If it dips, I add a little bit more, and then if it falls below, I can stop out on all of it and then take a final stab at the market there. So I know with all the indicators I have, the market's bullish, right? Here, DD ratio greater than half, market's bullish. Monthly maps, market's bullish. I haven't even looked at it. I know it's going to be bullish because of the way we traded on Friday. It was not that bad. S&P in the dark gray territory, also bullish, which is good. So the algo just says bullish today, and the algo is pretty good at getting it right. The question is the market gonna listen to structure? Are we going to break structure again? I'm taking the bet that this is the time we are breaking out and then taking that run up. So we'll see if it's good. Let's see if we're good today. I remember you when I win the Powerball. Okay. Excellent. That's not a binding contract that if you press the like, you get 50,000 bucks. But that's just saying that if I won the Powerball, my first thought would be, let me be generous to my stream viewers. How crazy would that be? That would make like national headlines. They would invite me to go like on freaking CNBC in the morning to talk about it. Actually, they would probably invite me on all the talk shows to talk about it. I'd be on like the Today Show and stuff. Like what? So tell me what you decided to do. I'm a YouTubing day trader. I'm one of the biggest YouTubing day traders there is. Yeah, what did you, I gave the money away to some of my viewers. What'd they do? I don't know. They gambled it away. Who knows? I'd be on Ellen. You know, gross. If any show I wouldn't be on is Ellen. Now, I hate. It's just those. If there's like one person in Hollywood I can't stand, it's Ellen. For whatever it's worth. I think she's just creepy. For whatever it's worth, she always gave me creepy vibes. Like her like eyes are like, I don't know. She was very. I would be very uncomfortable. Does she live? Isn't she like retired now or something? And she still like fondled Justin Bieber when he was young on the show, like get uncomfortably close to him and touch him and stuff. I saw her to be a little weird. And coming from me, who's very weird, that says a lot. Did she leave the USA? Oh, really? Yeah. I would go on every other talk show though, except for that one. Hell, something like giving away lottery winnings could even be like, well, you have to like pay taxes on it though because of the gift tax, right? But you at least end up with something. That'd make it to Oprah, man. That'd be like, that would certainly become national, I feel. She's like P. Diddy level weird. I can see it. You thought she was funny? I also thought she was funny. I also thought her stand-up when I was a kid was funny. Like it was real wholesome. And I remember we used to like watch the stand-ups, and it was actually like before she had her show and whatever. But then she just got Hollywood weird, you know, like Hollywood brings out the weird in people. Conan is the GOAT. I like Conan. Yeah, he's good. He's probably my favorite now of all of them. I was always a big Conan fan. 14,000 and no taxes. That's the tax limit. Ah, very nice, very nice. All right, so I'll give everybody 14,000 bucks. Okay, if I win the Powerball. What I like about Conan is like his skits are really well written. They're really funny because he himself is a writer, a comedy writer, you know, and Conan was solely, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Conan was solely responsible for the golden years of The Simpsons. Conan was a writer for the first 7 or 8 years of The Simpsons, like the only time in the history of The Simpsons when The Simpsons was a fantastically funny show. And so Conan was like the head writer of the staff at the time. So, you know, they called it like the golden age of The Simpsons early on. The Treehouse of Horrors, like all that stuff, yeah. And he wrote for SNL. He did write for SNL. Yeah. He did write for SNL. Yep. Let's see what years he did it. Oh, not all the years, but he wrote for SNL from 88 to 91 and The Simpsons from he's known for some of the classic Simpsons episodes, Marge versus the Monorail and Homer Goes to College. Oh, the March versus the Monorail. That was a good one. That was a really good one. Where Lyle Lanley comes and tries to sell Springfield a monorail. Monorail. I didn't know that was one of Conan's episodes. I just had to Google it. So some of the better episodes in that era. Somebody said, Matt, is it better just to honestly full port on an A+ setup on an eval than being a cuck and waiting 2 weeks to get funded? Well, if you have the money to re-up it, then yeah, right. The idea is the A+ is especially on the days that like your firms have sales. When there's an A+, I'm not saying full port, but I'm saying when there's an A+ setup, my thought usually is to hit it pretty hard to pass the eval, especially if it's a 1-day pass or a 2-day pass. Like the A+s are like, I hit them pretty hard, and if they bust, and I just buy them again. You know, if you get like 80% off or 90% off sales and stuff, that is what I do, because the goal is just to get them all passed before the sale ends. That way you can get them dirt cheap, because instead of buying an account at like $200 or $300 and then waiting 2 weeks, if I were to burn a $20 account 10 times, that is $200 over the course of 2 weeks. So I usually hit the A+s very hard if it's the eval phase, and I hit them as hard as I can, with the intent of knowing that the eval just needs to be passed. And I don't do that when it's funded, only on the eval side. Yeah, that's exactly what I do. It's utilizing the math of money and risk, right, over time. So how much you're willing to spend over time at the prop firm is up to you. And whenever you're trading, you have to do that math. Whenever you're trading, budget what you're willing to spend versus the risk you take. And for me personally, I always hit my A+ setups really hard when they're eval, because evals just need to get passed. And especially when there's a sale. So an example is if there's a sale and it lasts for like 3 or 4 days, and I can buy 10 of the accounts and say that I bought all 10 and I'm ready to go. I need to get them all passed with a better chance of getting payouts in some of them at the end of the tenure of the accounts by just passing the evals as fast as I can. So then I'll just hit them very hard each time with all the accounts with A+. And if it doesn't work, I'll re-up and do it again, do it again, do it again. And usually on that particular note, whenever you have 80, 90% off sales with some firms, or even 40% off with Fund and Next, that's the time that I particularly would do that. And then all the money is spent up front rather than progressively throughout the week, because nothing sucks more than wasting time for me. I don't want to trade like normal and trade for 2 or 3 weeks on the same evals, and then I ultimately fail the eval and never pass them because I took my time. I'd rather have that be the funded account that experiences that, not the actual eval side. So the goal is by the end of the Fund and Next sale, I usually will have as many of them passed as possible. Yeah. I don't trade the ICT strategy. No, I don't. I don't. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yo, I can't believe Danny's back to streaming. Holy crap. This is the world of people always forget. He's got 100 people watching him. And actually, we're bigger than Tradeify TV. We got more people watching than Tradeify. That's crazy. Oh, they have a big audience. Tradeify's big. Not knocking them. Let's see if are we beating my funded? We are beating my funded. Wow. Wow. Who's Danny? You're better off not knowing. Wow. Trust me, you don't want to know. The former owner of Funded Futures Family. Or, I don't even know if he actually really owned it. Part owner. Past 250K, 150K TBTs. Let's go. All right, guys, 500 likes will trigger the giveaway. So you guys hit the thumbs up button because you got about an hour of a window to get that in. Hit the thumbs up button if you can for do me a favor. We'll start that at my flat today. Can you guys not tell? Is it really hard to see the green up here when I'm trading? I always am curious from y'all's point of view. Can y'all, is that really hard to see? Did I see Tradesman Matt's new headquarters? He invited me out to Austin to go tour it, actually, earlier in the year while it was still being built. It's pretty sick. Yeah. So a little bit of trivia. If you look behind Matt, he has his little memory wall that he has behind him. There's a helmet, an F1 racing helmet that has a bunch of autographs and signatures on it, and my signature is also on that helmet. It's probably still behind him. For the very first ever Trades by Matt meetup in Austin, we all went Formula One racing at this go-kart place called Formula One Go-Kart. They were like go-karts that went like 90 miles an hour. I swear, they went fast. Like, I didn't know how fast and I think they had governors on them that only let us go like 60, I think. But we heard that they go like really fast for competitive go-kart racing. I swear. That's what I remember. It was like 90 miles an hour. We didn't go that fast. Hold on, let me see. This is what I remember. Maybe my brain is remembering something different. We went like 50, I think, when we did it. But I hear, or maybe not those are the ones, but they said like they went up to 90, maybe when the people did have the race on the racetrack. Like professionals would come and do it. So the ones that we did, it says they went up to 55. Yeah, so 50 was about the ones we did. But they said that they had like professional racers there. So I don't know if they like people bring their own go-karts and shit for like the professionals. I don't even know. But like the real ones, dude, I swear when like they said like went up to 90. Ours as like randos, no, they didn't. We were going like 55, but that was fast as shit for me in a go-kart. So anyways, we went there for the first TBM meetup and then yeah. But anyways, so Matt was building the Tradester stuff. So Matt invited me out to Austin to have a meeting to talk about, you know, platform stuff and possible integrations and everything. Like we're strategizing about some bigger things. So I went out there and spent the day with Matt, and we're thinking about, you know, we're gonna like play golf or something. But we ended up just going and hanging out at the country club and chilling and drinking and have some lunch and stuff and just chatting all afternoon. And then he took me down to Tradester and then gave me a little tour of the whole place. It's pretty dope. They had this giant poker table in there. That's really cool. And then all the developers are working there in his streaming room, and he's got this giant, like it's like a very nice looking kitchen. It made my kitchen look like look weak compared to his. So his whole office has this dope kitchen with like this built-in expensive coffee maker and everything. It's really nice. Yeah, I saw it. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen for normies. Yeah. But they were like, this is a professional go-kart racetrack where we have professional races here. I was like, oh, that's crazy. How's the dual screen update coming? It actually works really well. It's on the test server right now. And there's just a few more bugs to work out and we're good. I need to find Matt and Matt are taking over trading the scene. I need to find a Matt in Dallas. So Matt Leach is from Dallas, the CEO of Fund and Futures. So there's already Matt in Dallas. Already been done. There's a zillion Matts in the trading world, though. This is one of the things I have noticed. A zillion of us. All right, so it looks like the market is holding pretty solid. Resiliences are greater than 0. This is really solid and bullish for the day. I do like this. This could be an upward movement from here if it does hold. Whatever selling pressure has somewhat subsided. I'm gonna look at the VIX, double check that we're not any weird signals today. Nope, this is all clean. Right here, just holding on. Kind of fingers crossed on this, that this doesn't die today. Nasdaq has overextended as it has, and S&P hasn't moved yet. Nasdaq being the big runner. Let's double check NVIDIA on that BLD though. Did it go to the halfway point? Just like I said, NVIDIA was going to 170, and it did. That's the midpoint on BLD. So NVIDIA is kind of like found its equilibrium. Amazon sort of middle, Microsoft still okay at MHP resistance. So everything's hitting resistance now. Meta's hitting resistance. This becomes the question. With a lot of the big tech stocks hitting the top and Nasdaq hitting DD band, this could be the high of the day. Just like Friday was a DD band tap and sell off, right? That's what we saw. Same shit on Friday. Literally the same thing. Nasdaq went right up to and dunked. I think this will be okay today. I don't think that we drop anywhere lower than this today. If we fall to 700, I'm willing to take that open again. DD band's always a resistance play. So this is that end of that day, or that movement, at least on the upside. This is the move I'm looking for in the S&P for this to continue to push. Now, if S&P continues to go with everything else moving, Nasdaq might break and keep going. But normally that would have been the day trade I would have taken. My trade would end at that one particular spot. Is the S going to pump? That's what we're kind of waiting to see, right? There's not a lot going on today as far as news or anything. And PPI and CPI and the Michigan numbers are all weak. So we got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday are the big day. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are the big days this week. So PPI Wednesday morning, CPI Thursday morning, and Michigan numbers Friday morning. And as we've seen that Powell has sort of mentioned that they don't really consider inflation to be anything more than temporary, that inflation's not going to be the big movement factor on what the decision to cut rates is not really going to be based on inflation anymore. They see the tariff-based inflation. Again, data to them, they've extrapolated the fact that the data implies that inflation is going to be temporary from tariffs. So they don't think it's a long-term effect. They think whatever's causing inflation is going to be temporary, i.e. maybe they think that after Trump leaves office that somebody's going to reverse all the policies. That's always a thing. And they possibly also think that companies will adapt faster than previously anticipated. So the idea is right now they're shrugging off inflation, and the inflation is not going to particularly get much worse. The tariffs are like a one and done set point. It's not going to progressively get worse unless companies have to keep raising prices to fight a growing inflation, which I don't see a cause for that. I don't see anything causing inflation to get worse as time goes by, with fewer people working and commerce slowing down and things like that. It usually has a counter effect to inflation. Inflation usually comes from like overstimulation, like people buying on credit and buying a whole lot more, and costs going up and people producing more and expanding can usually create inflation. All right, now we're going to go close the gap here. That'd be nice. How do I choose which to trade to the S&P and NASDAQ? I do both. It just depends on certain days. Like today, I longed in the NASDAQ in 2 of the accounts and closed out a DD band, and the other 2 that I longed in S&P are still in the in the trade. So bum, 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 bum. I'm gonna add one more in half cap. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break and I'll be back. Hit that half gap, go. Trading. Wait, Tradeify's getting rid of what? Are they really doing daily payouts? Is that the new thing? Let me see if my... I know they're doing something today. That's what they were saying. They were going to do something, but we don't know. So what did they say? Is that what they said at Tradeify? They told us they didn't even prep us. They said something big is coming. Just prepare for it. Let me go check in my partner area. What they? Let me see real quick. Where the hell is the partner area? Where the? Hold on. So wait, what did they say on the stream? 5 days instead of 7? Is that what it is? Wait, let me see what it says. Okay. So no more 7 days to pay out. Instead, it's 5 days. Yeah, they didn't make the announcement to the partners. I guess they kept it secret for everybody because they didn't tell anybody. I have a special chat with the COO and their head of partnerships head. Like, we have a group chat, and they didn't even say. They just said, "We'll let you guys know something big's coming out Monday." Oh, okay, but they didn't tell us what that was. So basically, it's 5 days without saying 5 days. Wow. Right, so it's like, you know, the consistency still locks you in. Is this for all the accounts or just... So essentially, as long as you hit your consistency, you're fine, right? That makes sense. Bum, 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 bum. Market's trying to sell off. This is all right. Very little momentum in S&P today. Nasdaq was good. The accounts that did on Nasdaq made some money, but that's it. The S&P is still chilling. So splitting it up that way was pretty nice to do so. Nasdaq just closed a DD band. Those made 1,400 each. These are also chilling at like flat. So half gap flat. Just waiting. Waiting for something good. You guys are all DMing me stuff about Starlink and stuff. So to me, this is it. We hold here. Best case scenario, I get a nice little dip there to play off of. Slightly ASMR Matt, all part of the show. All part of the show. Okay. Ba-ba. Hit that open. Good, 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 good. Prepped and ready to hit this with a couple more accounts at open. Positive res gap fill. That's a long if there ever was one. NASDAQ pulling back to open support with positive res. Looks like NASDAQ has a dip potential from here. But even if NASDAQ could fill the gap, we've got A pluses all down here at the bottom. So I'm not going to go super ham and aggressive right here, but I am going to kind of play it. So let's see what we got. If VIX is being stupid again for one more month, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, VIX is good. VIX is good. Decay pattern bearish. I like. Oops. This is what I'm looking for today. So from here, positive res there to there is what I'm looking for. If it does hit and it does support and it goes through and breaks and supports, this is part 2. This is part 1. And then like 1A would be if we do break down in here, support there for a long. That's it. Keeping it light, keeping it small. Funnedex giveaway today? No, because we didn't get 500 likes, so y'all ran out of time on that. And like 1 out of 3 people decided to click the thumbs up button, so I think you guys have like 8 more minutes. I'll give you 8 more minutes to do it though. If not, we'll just cancel and do it tomorrow. Remember, guys, I'm going to tell you something. Our prop partners do the giveaways because we're growing, right? Because we're big, because we give a lot of business and such. If y'all start getting lazy, it's all going to go away. It's going to turn to fucking vapor. So remember, you got to keep impressing them so that every month when we talk to them and say, hey, give us a bunch of stuff to give away. One month they could tell us, fuck off. You know, you guys aren't growing. So remember, do your part and that'd be helpful, right? So you gotta smash the like button. Yeah, they could always say, you know, the channel's stagnant. It's knock on wood, that would never happen, hopefully, but they could be like, nah, I don't know. You aren't getting the engagement you used to. Maybe we'll give you a 60, we'll give you 20 this month. Just smash it good. I'm saying it could all go to vapor, meaning that they could be like, no, sorry, we're not going to give you guys as much as we used to because y'all aren't as big. That's all I'm saying. That's the risk that if we don't do the engagement tricks. That's not from me, it's from them. They could be like, nope, sorry guys. You know what I'm saying? It's because we're growing and because we're big. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we'd love to help you guys out. How many you guys want? Do I even vape, bro? Like button smacked. There you go. Oh shit, the 33% off. Sorry, that's old. I need to thank you for telling me this. That's gone. That's gone. Sorry. The new giveaway, sorry, the new deal, that's actually old. That actually expired over 2 weeks ago. I forgot to update that. Currently right now, there's not really any good sales going on. Let me go ahead and they're all pretty much decent sales. Nothing crazy going on right now. Let me see if I can put this on here. Anyone else having a sale? I'll put some more space in here. That'll be good for now. There we go. That's what we got. Oh, 50% off Apex. That's right. That's right. That's right. And that's really it. ETF, pass one, get one, I think was still going on. Let me double check that. Okay. Ooh, I love making money. I love making the money. Let's roll it. S&P starting to move. Nasdaq starting to move. Hell yeah. Gotta love that half gap. Baby. Bum, 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 bum. I am crushing it. All right. Today is the final day to sign up for us if you want to go compete in the Apex Legends tournament with Tradeify. It is this Friday, I believe. You go to the gaming channel, our Discord, and go to that spreadsheet and sign up, and we'll get you on a team. I need to give them that info by today. Ooh, guys, banking, loving it. I'm taking our business on the side here while we're chit-chatting. Okay. Got into that NASDAQ. So a second ago, my NASDAQ position, my second one that I literally just grabbed right there when S&P fell right to half cap. I proxy traded in some NASDAQ as well. That NASDAQ trade is up almost 2,000 bucks. Pretty solid here. I've got S&Ps across the board, which is looking great. I traded NQ out the door. I had NQ right at the open. I had some S&P on stream and some NASDAQ on stream. 2 NASDAQ accounts I closed out at DD band first time. I bought 1 more NASDAQ. I'm closing out at DD band here a second time. Those accounts are all up. And the S&Ps are still going. Oh shit, I forgot to log into crap. Forgot to log into my MyFunded again. Always, one of these are always so busy for me. So far. Well, let me get you guys the picture where we are. Got my S&Ps are all still open. My NASDAQs are all closed. This is where I am right now today. Again, it's B setup, so I just rolled in the accounts. I've taken trades a couple of times. I split it up. These were the 2 NASDAQs out the door from here to... Oops, let me put this on this side and say, hell yeah, baby. Already. Crushing it on these guys. bum, 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 bum. So NASDAQ went up there. I closed out these two, and the whole time I was holding S&P here, 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 and here. And so they're varying sizes of 3 and 2. And the S&P, as it dipped in like this account, I added 1 extra contract to it. Let me close back down to 2. So as some of the S&Ps, I was getting like 3 down here at the half cap. And that's it. So as long as we hold here, I've got a runner of 2 to keep going. This is NASDAQ, 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 and NASDAQ. This is S&P, S&P, and these 2 are S&P. So the ones I still have open are this guy, this guy, this guy, and this one is still open as well. That's it. Would have mentioned that you traded in Q2. I literally said it on the stream, Susan. If you guys can't click the like button because you're not paying attention to that, you guys are not paying attention when I said I was also going to do NASDAQ, and I look up at the screen. I go, I'm going to do NASDAQ also in just a second. I literally said it. And I was in and out. I literally was in and out of NASDAQ in like an 8-minute period. There's no way to cram 13 DOMs on the stream. That's just there's no space for it. And also, so you guys got to listen when I tell you I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, but I'm doing the same trade and everything when I do it. It's the same. I do the same thing every day, the same type of trade setups. These guys, I'm in normally 2 to 3 accounts at a time off of the open. At the half cap, I'll add a few more, maybe up to 5 total any given time. So I was long in 4 at the start. Closed out 2, still held on to the other 2. The other 2 S&P were chopping around. Then I added to some more after that. Yeah. You want to learn how you rotate DOMs? Well, Susan, have you been to the boot camp? Have you done that one? Have you come to our courses yet that teaches you how to do that? This boot camp, we're going to be very heavy into this technique. You haven't? Well, that's where you learn it. Our bootcamp is only $20, so you can learn everything for $20. You can still sign up for this part of the bootcamp because we do all the prop stuff in about a week when we finish the first series. Yeah, you should check it out. But if you see all the DOMs, it would also help. You can't see all the DOMs. They're literally like this size. If I were to put this, it would take up like all the screen. Then you wouldn't be able to see the actual platform. Blame Tradeify. It really sucks that they don't have the ability for, you know, an easy way for me to be able to do this. If I'm trading 3 different props, I have to have 3 different instances open. So I have to have 3 different prop accounts open. It's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Tradeivate sucks. But the thing is when I'm telling you guys what I'm doing, I'm always telling you what I'm doing. So it's about as good as it's going to get. There's no way I can fit 14 DOMs on the screen or 13 DOMs on the screen. The new semester should start Friday in about 3 weeks. I would say probably the 29th of September or the week after that. You think I can collapse that Tradeivate even smaller? So the answer is, I'm just politely telling you, no, I'm not going to do it because my stream is going to look like shit. Half the reason we're so big because it looks so beautiful. Look how beautiful this looks. Look at the aesthetic. Look at the low lighting. What's up, Barbie? You ready to get I hear that we're duking it out in round 1, you and me, in the contest. You ready to get whooped up? Actually, I'm kind of scared because this is going to be a fun contest, but yeah, I know. I have no idea what's going to happen. So Barbie and I are going head to head round 1 with fluffy boxing gloves on. So who knows? Yeah, I'd be kind of cool if we got to trade together against everyone else. That'd be kind of dope. All the my funded TV people are doing like a for fun contest against each other, and I don't know if it. Yeah, I've heard like a million versions of how it's going to happen. We don't know, but apparently Barbie and I are going to be together in the first round, either duking it out or going against everybody. Who knows? But if we're together, oh dude, we're gonna win. Like you and me together, there's no way we're gonna lose. I mean, that's definitely a guarantee. So a team event would be pretty cool. That'd be fun. Hell yeah. But anyways, what I was saying about the DOMs on the screen, the beautiful layout and the way the stream is designed, we're redesigning the stream right now to try to make it to where it's easier to see like all the trades that I'm in. But there's no way we could put like multiple DOMs on the screen. That would be like incredibly useless, right? People can't even see this one. They're like, are you in a trade right now? Imagine if there's a million of them on the screen. There's nowhere to really put them, even or to collapse them smaller. What other folks do, like Pat and others, is they'll copy trade and that's it. They just push one button and one DOM and they'll like put it at the top of the screen, so it's out of the way so you can still see the chart. But streaming with trading has like a standard format that's kind of been mathematically perfected, such that the information is very presented to people in all forms of media, like tablets, computers, phones. You can't really make things small and crammed in on a screen or nobody's gonna watch it. The whole streamer's face down here, big chart over here, is kind of like been mathematically perfected to be this, such that people's devices can easily see stuff. So the only amount of space I have is like this little window right here to do something. And we're experimenting with a way to get like the multiple accounts kind of displayed here somehow. But the point of the matter is, you know, it shouldn't really matter, because I'm always, if you're paying attention, I'm always saying, okay, I'm longing in 2 more accounts, I'm shorting in 3 more accounts, whatever. I'm never doing something without saying I'm going to do it. So that's one thing that you'll notice here, is that nobody ever says, wait, Matt, you didn't tell us you were long and you close out a position. That never will happen here. I'll always be able to like announce the position I'm in. So as good as it is, like earlier when I said, hey, I'm in NASDAQ, you just got to listen. And I'll tell you, I grabbed another one. So when we pulled back in the center, an S&P half gap, I said, okay, and I added one. I said, I'm going to get 3. I'm going to add one more here. And I grabbed 3. And I said, I'm also going to get NASDAQ. And I was looking over here. And then I look up here. And then I do something. And then I come back. So as far as it is now, it's about as good as we can actually get it. Some of the people that use like NinjaTrader and stuff have the ability to list all their DOMs here. Or not their DOMs, their accounts there. But I hate NinjaTraders, so there's no way I'm going to use it. But there'll be some way there's got to be some way to do it. And unfortunately, you know, nobody I know has a very clean layout that shows like multiple DOMs. It's very like sort of whatever. But I trade the same 7 accounts here, the same 5 accounts here. So there's no more, no less. It's the same 7 funded next, 5 of these. And my funded future is usually the one in the middle. But I forgot to open the DOM today because it was Monday and I got a late start. So I never got in. Second stream or a Zoom call for the DOMs. So let me just end the conversation by saying I'm not a signal service. The answer is no. I'm giving away free shit to a bunch of people. The final answer is no. You guys want to copy trade? I'm not going to fucking do it. Like, you know, no offense. I love you guys. I love y'all for supporting the stream, supporting the growth, but it's not my job to make sure you guys make money copying what I'm doing. I also legitimize what I do and also protect what I do by not just handing it out to a million people for free. I mean, you would say like, why is something that's so good? Why would you sell signals? Exactly right. I don't. There's a lot that I do that I like doing. And my strategy is my strategy, right? So that's another thing. I mean, I love you guys, but I'm also not going to open a signal service either. My job ain't here's every trade I'm in all the time. You can see it and copy everything I do with the 5-second delay. Never been the case. We want to teach you how to trade. That's even better. There's a reason if you go to our reviews on our boot camp on our website, we have reviews where people literally call what we teach you life-changing, because we're going to make sure you learn the game. And when you learn the game, it's so much more rewarding to walk away from the end with learning how to fish. Copy trading, yeah, I'd love to copy trade if it was a viable strategy. I would do it to make it easier, but it's not. In the prop space, since it costs so low to play the prop account for infinite gain, you should always split your risk up, because the scientific portion of what a martingale is something where if you have infinite money, infinite iterations, you can always have a winning bet in a 50-50 odds situation 100% of the time. You will always make money in a martingale if you have infinite money to play with. So props have almost infinite money to play with because they're so cheap. So with the prop, there's all kind of ways that you can utilize that effect of splitting your risk up to gain advantage in the prop space, because you have near infinite attempts to do so. Imagine Apex accounts cost $15 when it's a 90% off sale, you know, less than $10 for the cheaper ones. You basically have infinite plays at that price. And so because of that, splitting up your risk is a guaranteed win by the end of the day. If the market just fell and every 20 points in NASDAQ, you just longed and longed and longed and longed and longed. By the end of the day, you might have spent $1,000 in past 20 accounts just by using no strategy, just splitting the risk up. So splitting the risk up is very important to any trading strategy. That's not how I'm trading, but that's a hypothetical thought experiment. In engineering mathematics, we always use a thought experiment to set a boundary to what's possible. And so what's possible here is that when you split up your risk, it's extremely risk averse. Not only am I getting a low barrier of entry with possible infinite reward, I'm also staging my risk at different places with almost zero loss to me. Imagine I blow up this Tradeify account that I've been babysitting for like 6 months. What happens? I go buy another one for $450. That's it. That's my loss. Over a 6-month period, I lose $450. These accounts I've taken $60,000 in payouts. You know, I'm way in the green. So the idea of splitting up is very important. The problem is splitting up means that there's a lot to keep track of and it's hard to manage it. I could have another screen with all the DOMs. And the other thing we've been exploring is switching on occasion the screen to another screen with a bunch of DOMs as I'm entering different positions, and then swapping back to the main screen. The other screen I'm going to have a face on, so I could switch back and forth like every once in a while. It might be something I can do. That's basically, we're trying to explore a way to show a little bit more, but also not be a streaming copy trading service, because I actually physically stand against it. I actually despise copy trading services to the point I speak highly against them. So the last thing I want to do is appear or be as such to where my stream is a place where people are like, we go copy this guy's trades. I actually stand against it. I actually make fun of people that do that. And the last thing I ever want to do is be seen as something like that, because I don't believe in it. I don't believe in handing the public free money. I don't reward laziness. I reward people that work hard. So if I were to show all the DOMs as a result, I'll put a 5-minute delay on the stream so that people can't copy me. That's it. That would make you the best streamer alive. I already am the best streamer alive. I'm just not the biggest. I'm like the third biggest. But I'll figure out a way to show you guys a little bit more on occasion, like flip to the screen, like, hey, I'm entering more positions. So here's me, I'm gonna enter again. Let's go to the other screen. But it's not gonna sit there because the other screen will have to take up all the real estate, like all over here. So the idea would be another screen probably wouldn't have my face on it. It'd have to be organized in a way where you can see everything. And then it wouldn't stay there like that because it wouldn't have charts on it. It would just be like DOMs and stuff. So I'd be like, okay, I'm entering, just to show you guys, I'm entering a trade. But the problem becomes your copy trading. And let me, like, can I tell you the math behind this? Because again, you guys aren't going to remember, my math skills are kind of up there. One of the things that happens in a copy trading service, no matter how good the guru is, the guru will make some money, and then maybe 90% or plus of all the people following still lose money. Why? Because you guys are bad traders, or you guys are inefficient, or you guys are gamblers, or you guys overtrade and do stuff that the guru wouldn't do. Because of that, then they go out on social media and go, well, I watched this guy and followed all his trades and I lost money. It's his fault. He sucks. And so because of that, the more prone you are, I noticed the math of this, the more prone some people are to have a copy trading service, the less they actually grow. You know why? Because at the end of the day, no matter how good you are at copying their trades, you'll still lose money because you're a fucking gambling degenerate. And no matter what, you will lose money. And because you're so like in bed with that streamer, you will actually blame them because you're horrible. And then they get a bad rep online. In 10 years of doing this, I don't have a single bad review online. You know why? Because I never had a copy trading service. So nobody ever blamed their losses on me. Because I was smart enough to see this early on. We never did it. We don't stand for it. That's really how it works, right? And everybody that does bad is gonna be like, well, yeah, I was in this guy's Discord and I followed all his trades. I didn't make money. We didn't make money because you suck as a trader. But he made money. Yeah, but I didn't. And they suck. His service sucks. His product sucks. Don't join it. It's horrible. I didn't make any money. Well, then that's the risk you run by copying my trade service, right? And then we put no liability there. I haven't had a single bad review in 10 years because people never blame their losses on me. They blame their losses on themselves because we teach them how to trade. Anyways, this is a pretty good run. I think I'm okay with taking profit here. I don't think we're gonna round further. This is the second round at hitting Nasdaq DD band. Let's go ahead and close out and take all the profit here and close down, call it a day. Let me take the final screenshot. I'm gonna take one more picture of this. I'm in fully flat now. All my accounts are flat. I might take one more stab with some of these zeros. Whenever we do fall and hit a pivot again. This is second tap of DD band. It's sort of like kind of shitting out. S&P resilience is flat, close to zero. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Not a bad day. But, you know, I love helping you guys as much as I can. My job is to breed successful traders by teaching them trading. And it's no lie that, you know, I love you. Trust me, and I wish I could say every stranger in the world, gather around, I'm going to make you all millionaires. Obviously, you know, no guru out there really cares to do that for y'all. However, I'm not a guru. I am a really stellar teacher though. And let me show you something cool. If you go to Rocket Place, I think we have the most people getting payouts, the most people passing props than any other place in Wall Street, period. The reviews are like literally for the last year of boot camps, game changer, worth every penny. People are like, there's absolutely nothing like this in capital letters. I'm not paying these people to leave reviews. This is Frank Underwood. He's Arch, a member of our community. People just writing what they think. Great idea. Great way to get inside in futures and options. I was blind, but now I see. Laurent said that. The liquidity maps are a literal roadmap of where to trade and when to stay out. This product is truly revolutionary. Quality and coaching consistency is exceptional and for an amazing value. I mean, you can just go down and then again, pick your random 5-star review to see what people say. I've used it for 2 years and can genuinely say it's the only tool that has ever worked for me personally. I've been in trading rooms, signal chats, and done countless TA, but Rocket Scooter is the only thing that makes me feel like I have an edge. $20, dude. And I made it $20 as a fuck you to the guru industry. It could have been $2,000 for all I care. It's never been more than $20. It's my $1.50 hot dog at Costco. It's $1. It's $1 a class. You know why? Because other Lambo driving idiots were going to charge you $1,000 a class. We made it $1 because fuck you, everyone else. We're the best, and I don't need your money. Show me your P&L. All right, guys, how'd y'all do today? Class, friends, did you guys bank today? How'd you do? It's about that time for y'all to whip it out. Bring it, 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 bring it. I promise, trust the process. We're different here. But if you listen to the cues, I tell you everything I'm doing. I always say it. I'm always in the same trade. I never long and short different places. I'm always saying I'm going to long here, I'm going to long again, it open, and I'm going to stop out. I think I drew it on screen. I don't know how long ago it was. All right, guys, show me those P&Ls, baby. Are they big? Are they small, but you know how to use it? Still makes it good. Still a good P&L. How's that curve? Narrow? Twisty? Slightly to the left? Slightly up? Is it growing? Is it a nice curve? Nice job, guys. Yeah, we never really thought, I never believed in selling trading education. I believe that anybody that's selling trading education is somebody that doesn't make money trading. I found that to be absurd. Now, since I run a business and a platform and a company, we have employees to pay. So our goal was to make the course as free as possible and just cover the overhead costs. You pay $1, so you take it seriously, because if it was free, you wouldn't attend all the classes. The fact that you paid something means you'll take it seriously. There's a perception of value there for yourself. If somebody just gives you a book, you're less likely to read it than if you went out and bought it yourself. It's a psychology thing. So we're like, well, you have to charge something so that people will take it seriously. Because again, if you don't take it seriously, you fuck up and blame us for it, which is typically what happens. Remember, we're kind of like math geniuses here. We think of everything. Our whole team of people are like engineers and programmers. These are guys who are smart, even smarter than me. Hey, wait, Rich Sanchez? CBM strategy, huh? Tell me more about it. I'm curious. What? Tell me more about it. I like to hear more about the cock money ball strategy or whatever the hell it's called. You guys did really well today. Pretty simple, straightforward day though, right? But I promise, if you guys stick around and trust what we do here, I can't make you guarantees or promises that it'd be illegal to do so. But I'm gonna tell you something. We're better than everybody else's streams. I'm better trader than everyone else's streams. I'm better than every next 3 traders put together who stream, P&L wise, profitability wise, win rate wise, etc. I'd go head to head with anybody. I'd put $1 million in an account and go head to head and trade against the next 3 best people with $1 million each and still do better than all of them. That's how confident I am. I also am confident in that I don't want to hand out free signals to people or anything like that, because I want them to feel what I feel. It's one thing to just have money in your pocket because somebody gave you some signals. It's another thing to feel like you earn it. You know, I walk into a room like my cock is fucking 12 inches long. I swear to God, I walk into a room being like, God, I have it made in life, dude. I love my fucking life because I know I earned it, right? It's a great feeling. It's not a great feeling just to have money. It's a great feeling to know that you earned it and that you crush other people who try to earn it and you're better than them. It's a great feeling. Number 3 is that I take pride in what I believe in my ethics as far as trading goes. I don't think that it's possible that somebody makes $1 million a year trading and also sells trading mentorships, trading courses, things like that. For us, the $20 pays for the 2 employees who edit the videos, make the videos, make our reels, and make the handouts. So we have 2 employees that are staffed, and the bootcamp race is just enough money basically to pay them their salaries. And other than that, they need a salary. They're not millionaire traders. They're just people that work for a living. And so for us, it's like, we don't need to turn a profit trying to sell a bootcamp. I think that people that sell trading courses are all scammers. I really do. And so if we didn't have overhead to pay, it would be relatively free. As a matter of fact, if you use our trading platform, the bootcamp is actually free. It's not even charged. So a lot of gurus make money. Damn it, I was looking for the picture where we pee on the CVM, but I can't find it. I've always been, like I said, I've always been a big fan of, believing that traders that sell courses don't make money. Why would you care to spend all this extra time and energy to give people signals and charge money and sell courses and charge money? I teach for free. Like, I don't make a dime off the bootcamp. I literally teach for free, and I teach passionately. You guys come to the bootcamp know that, because I love doing it. I love doing it. I love seeing people send me messages and say stuff like, this is the first payout I've ever gotten after 2 years. This is like the best I've ever done. I mean, it's crazy how much people were never really like invested in as traders. And they were just like, somebody trying to sell them something. Then they finally sold you the thing, and then you bought it. And then they let you go, and then they didn't even care anywhere further, I mean, on the daily, dude. On the daily. This is like 2 or 3 days ago. I can go through my DMs, but like somebody like Tony being funny, sending me the Aladdin thing. He's like, looking forward to coming out of Texas with a gift to say thank you for everything you've done for me in my future. There's people out there, their very first payout they ever gotten because they actually learned trading, to me is extremely important. I feel like my legacy is going to be the one guy who was the thorn in the guru side of Wall Street. No $1,000 mentorships. We were like, do you one-on-one coach? No. Like, why don't you one-on-one coach? I'd love to learn from you. It's because okay, this is not an ego thing. Let me just say it the way I'm saying it. Why? It's the reason why nobody else should mentor. Why are you not mentoring coach? Because I'm too important and too rich to care. I make so much money, I don't need to do that. I don't need a job. So that's not an ego thing, but that's a reality thing. You should ask yourself that when someone's like, yeah, bro, I'll coach you. You can be like, why would you coach me? I thought you're a rich fucking trader. You actually have a job on top of it. Trading's for freedom. Why would you trade and then have a job to teach me? That should teach you the people that are going to coach you and mentor you one-on-one aren't really making money doing this. That's the reason I don't do it. And that's how I've always been. I don't have a coaching service. I don't teach one-on-one. I don't charge for it because I'm too important, too rich to really stop to care to make $1,000 here and there on that stuff. And that's really the way you should think about the guru trying to sell you the same thing. I thought you were a rich trader, but you're going to take my money and teach me your secrets. Yeah, somebody's going to run into you in the subway. Hey, stranger, I got an opportunity for you alone. Give me some money. I'm going to make you rich. I promise. And then it sounds like a scam to you. I don't know, right? I've always been weird like that. So I've always been like geared towards really helping traders, and this information is helpful. So tell yourself, like, why does it matter to have a signal service? Why is that? Do I post in my Discord? Almost never. I have a Discord. It's so funny too. I have one of the biggest Discords in futures trading, and I almost never post in it. Not even post in it in general. You can search my Discord, and it's so weird how I actually am not even really in it. You guys are in it. It's a community for everybody to hang out in. Like, you can literally go into the Discord and you can see, other than the daily post and the levels, song submission. Okay, song submission. You don't see me chatting it up in Discord. I don't even talk. I rarely say anything at all. And I have one of the biggest trading Discords out there, which is crazy. I'm not in there telling people what to buy, what to sell. We're like the absolute antithesis of the guru culture. It's crazy, right? You'll notice that. I very rarely, and Discord's not even paid either. Discord is free if you have the platform. It's for platform users. So it's a hub for people to be somewhere where there is a paywall, but you're not paying for the Discord. If you get the platform, Discord's free, coaching's free, mentorship or the bootcamp's free, everything's free. if you're a platform user. That way the chat stays clean. If you open it to the public, it's full of like, you know, spammers and scammers and stuff. But it's like, even in the Discord, as crazy as it is, like I've been in some guru Discords before, and they're like churning so hard. They're like desperate for business. They're always selling you something. I don't think there's a single advertisement for Rocket Scooter itself in the fucking announcements. That's even how crazy it. Now that I think about it, I don't even think I've got a mention of Rocket Scooter or buy the boot camp. Let's scroll back. Let's go back a month. I don't see it. This is August. Now I have all the prop stuff here when they're having a special deal, but I mostly just post the stream the announcements. It's ever like 90% off sale Rocket Scooter, 50% off sale, whatever. Every once in a while, flash sale MFFU. Okay. Like, you know, with our prop partner or something. I don't even, yet we're huge. And that's the crazy thing. It's a different culture here. I feel like every prop Discord I've been in, every moment, every other thing the guru says is like trying to sell you guys something. So the idea is when you're telling me be humble. No, I am being a teacher. My job is not to be a humility-ridden saint that you guys can watch. My job is to teach you and harden you up to the fact that you guys are in a bunch of scammy guru Discords and shit, and tell you that I'm actually leading by example. And the reality is to tell you that you should tell yourself, why is this guy teaching me? I thought he's rich and famous. That makes all this money trading. But he's gonna mentor me or sell me a signal service? 0 people that do that are profitable. Literally 0. That's all I tell you guys. Literally 0. And that's why I try to teach you guys that. I already paid my humility tax. This is the truth. But beware of the slightly fatter mat. And so people are like, why can't is there a signals room? There will never be a signals room. I've never had one. Do you post your trades in Discord? No. Do you have a mentoring service? No. I don't even participate in my own Discord. I'm not even there. You guys participate because it's actually a hub for traders to find traders. And I actually participate as a member there. I ask questions sometimes and talk about trades to other people that are in them. It's not a Matt's here and here's all the info, you know, suck off the teat kind of thing. I'm a member just like everyone else. It's a leaderless thing. You know who runs that Discord? Slacks, I feel like it's his Discord. So the idea is that we created something different than what everyone else has done. And that's why we're like one of the biggest, because people are kind of tired of the nonsense out there. But nobody will care for you more than we do as well. I will make sure I train every person in that boot camp as much as I can so that you can survive in this trading world. And also survive against the gurus out there. That's your biggest enemy, is buying trading products. There's so much crap out there. So... and so my promise to you guys is to be real with y'all, and that's it. And you know, me on the stream is a caricature of like the real me. Obviously the real me is very humble. The real me doesn't walk into a room pretending I got a 12-inch cock. It's just my head. But the idea is the real me is actually very humble. I'm the last person you would ever think had a ton of money in life. I don't walk around and look like it. I don't walk around and act like it. I don't throw it in your face. Like some people try to do. The projection of wealth is how you sell more trading products. I'm actually, I probably look like a tech bro from Silicon Valley. I wear t-shirts and Apple Watch, you know. But on the stream, you know, I project a front of a really stern teacher that teaches you like the reality of Wall Street and stuff. Slacks is the man, dude. I couldn't run Rocket Scooter without Andrew, man. Andrew's the man. Slacks is the man. He's like the most helpful person that I've ever come across in my life. Slacks is good peeps. So Slack shows his dom in the Discord. Does he show all the doms? Yeah. But my thing is that I promise you guys here, you have a better chance here, I feel like, to learn the game than I've been places and people that teach. I don't think I've ever really learned something that I feel like has wowed me in ways where I think that it's worth telling other people about. And if I did, I would tell you guys. I wouldn't hold out. If I knew somebody that was teaching something that I thought was substantial, I would tell you guys to go. Like, for instance, Sean Sawyer, he's going to be on my segment in My Funded TV. Sean's a trading psychologist. His stuff is stellar, right? Everything Sean says is gold. He talks about the psychology of trading. He's like your shrink as a trader. And I would never gatekeep valuable stuff to you guys. And I always tell y'all, you know, something good. So when Sean's on, you guys need to watch that show. He's such a wise human for all things psychological. That's something you really want to be part of, you know. So if I ever find something out there that's like a good service, a good whatever that I knew would help you guys out, I absolutely would endorse it. I would say yes. I even vet prop firms the same way. I got prop firms throwing money offers at me on the daily. Like, you know, join our prop firm. We're a fast growing prop firm. There's 1,000 of them out there, I feel like. And we don't just say, sure, I'll take the check. We vet them. I have 6 slots and I'll take only the best 6. Why 6 slots and why not 20? Well, that's your average Twitter guru, your Twitter influencer. 20 prop accounts, you know, they have a code for everything. They're always telling you about a sale. Their whole Twitter existence is sale, 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 sale. It gets kind of shitty, right? Ours is, okay, you guys like props. I waited the longest time to even get in the prop space, you know? And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to vet and I'm only going to have a couple of them. And the ones I vet are going to be the ones I think are the best. And that's it. I'm only going to have so many that I work with. And each one of them has a reason to work with. So even so, you know, as much as I didn't want to be in the industry, it is the industry now. So I'm kind of like, well, we got to be part of it, right? We're one of the biggest and it's the big thing. So we got to be in it. Okay. But we're going to use that power and responsibility to be responsible. Unless you pass all of my check boxes, I don't have a code for you. As a matter of fact, when Top One started being shady with people, they asked me if I wanted to be. And when I first started, I was like, okay, I'll get a code for a bunch of places you guys like it. I'll just get a code. And then I got one for those guys and they started being shady. And I posted on social media. I was like, can you guys remove my code? I'll never work with you again. And I never had any problems with them, but I saw them doing shady stuff and I'm like, take my name off. There's people that still have a code for it. They don't care. They'll take the sale. There's no ethics behind some of those people. And for me, I'm like, I would like to use this opportunity to make sure I protect you as a layer of protection by, you know, sharing my opinion on, I think a firm is good or bad. And then like Slacks, me and my whole team, we have a whole team of people that spend all day. I hired people to spend all day researching and understanding props and a liaison with our partners. And we make sure that we talk to them daily. There's somebody's full-time job right now is to interface with the prop space on my behalf. Arrange meetings, have a whole team of people that meet with people, even when I'm not there, on my behalf. To get information, to talk to them. They schedule meetings with me, the COOs and stuff, CEOs. And then we make our name in the prop space known through a whole team of people. That's how important it is to us to vet every single thing that they do. And that way we're not letting you guys be subject to another fast track trading, right? That's what I hope that never happens. So I hired a team of people to protect us and you from that. We have our own risk model that we've made. We have, you know, we look at the prop offerings and we know if something's too risky to survive and things like that. I mean, we're really putting a lot into it. So yeah. What y'all say? Is it time for giveaway? Is it time for a giveaway? What? I feel like it's time for a giveaway. Chuck Norris only shorts, he never lost. Oh yeah. But I think that that's important, right? Because I don't feel like anybody has ever let me tell you what I really think has happened. I don't think there is a single trader out there who has a service that is a talented trader, a bang up trader who sells a service and crushes it. I honestly believe we're the only one. And I know that because our price points aren't designed for me making money off of y'all. I don't have mentor. I don't have guru. I don't have mentor service. I don't teach one-on-one coaching, none of that stuff. I don't feel like there's a single person who does that makes money. Zero. I believe the answer is zero. I believe the people that teach something, they do it to support a greater effort, right? We have a trading platform. That's why I have a service, because I built a product. And there's a reason that I will support the community around the product because, well, the sell is in the platform. But it's a platform, right? It's a It's not a trust me, bro, you'll make money. Here's the signal. Well, let's get rich together sort of thing. It's like, we're like TradingView. We're like Tradeovate. We're like a trading platform. And so with that, the value add, what makes my platform different than NinjaTrader, because NinjaTrader doesn't have anybody streaming. Well, they do now, but you know, the idea is that we're a trading platform with a little enhanced sort of experience, right? All right, let's get the bot going. I've always been very much like even the name Trader's Paradise, right, was designed to be making fun of every guru out there. Come on, guys, join me. It's like a paradise. Like, we're gonna make all this money together. My private jets, my Lambos. Join me in paradise. Somebody said that, and I was like, that's so lame. All right, I'm gonna make that my name. And just show my trades on screen. You guys might not notice it, but when I started streaming back in the day, there were only a handful of trading streamers. And at the time, I was the only one that showed everything on stream, which was including my P&L curve. This is before props. I was trading one account. I showed the history of the account, the P&L curve of the account, and you just followed the one account. Let's do a Fund and X sale, you guys. Fund and X, type it in chat. Because streaming wasn't a big thing back in the day. And I was like, yeah, let me call myself Paradise because it'd be funny. And then people think it's a meme and they join the stream to go say like, who is this idiot? Blah, blah, blah. Wait, oh, he's really trading. Oh, he's really showing his trades on screen. Oh, that's different. He doesn't really sell a mentorship or anything. Oh, that's weird too. And that was it. Yeah, the most talented traders definitely aren't out there sharing. That really is the truth. And if anybody tells you otherwise, I'm gonna tell you, some of you guys won't believe what I'm saying. So you're still gonna take the bait. You're still gonna buy somebody's thing. And when you buy it, and when you come back without any additional results, without making any extra money, come back here and say like, Matt, you were right. I took the plunge anyways and bought this thing. Look, I've got stories of some of these gurus out there. They got software, right? They control from the back end. And I've heard stories of like people buying the software and then them doing bad in trading and then saying something bad about it on socials or in the Discord. And not only do they get silenced and removed from Discord, but I've heard, especially in the NinjaTrader world, that you can actually control the licensing and cut off somebody's access and then refuse to give them a refund. And then when people went online to complain about that, I've heard certain gurus bully them, stalk them, hire private eyes, threaten them to shut up. This is what you're dealing with out there. So, you know, good luck. Imagine you just want to learn trading and you and your family are getting stalked by somebody because you were actually giving an honest complaint about some guru service that promised you to make money and you only lost money. And imagine ruining your life over that. This happens. This happens a lot. So just be like, you know, be careful out there. I firmly believe that somebody that has something trading wise, like if for us, yeah, we sell a trading platform. I mean, it's a platform. It's a service. It has a step. It has mouths to feed, right? It provides data, and that's a whole different thing than somebody selling you their trading signals. There's 0 people on planet Earth selling you their trade ideas that make money. 0, literally 0. And if you bite the bullet and get scammed, please come back and ask me to teach you more. 0, literally 0. Not one. So I promise you guys, don't be fooled. All right. You guys ready? Subscribers to the YouTube get 2 entries, sub X2. So if you guys are subs to the channel, the green text, you guys are members of the channel, you get 2 entries for every time you type. Hoo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And I used to think, you know, with like the mentality we had, that it wasn't going to be an attractive idea. We're like, man, we're just too real with people. We don't promise the moon. You know, yes, I have a luxury. Yes, I live in $1 million house. Yes, I have a luxury Italian sports car. Yes, I got everything, right? I've never really shown that off as part of my sales pitch. A lot of people do. That's their whole sales pitch. Look how rich I am. So can you buy whatever it is I'm selling? I drink out of Skull coffee cups, and I really look like I'm just like a guy you'd see at a Coheed and Cambria concert. Literally, I'm going to see them tonight. It's gonna be great. I never thought that the concept would be popular. I thought the concept would be elitist. I'd have all the elite traders that understood they were too smart to fall for the guru bullshit, and that we would collect all the smart people, the engineers, the programmers, the nerdy folks that are like, they don't buy into the guru stuff, right? And I'm like, we'll have a cool little geek club of like 15 or 20 people that think this is cool. We're like math nerds and elitists, and, you know, screw the guru shit, no sales pitch. And it just so happened that against all of my belief, we became one of the biggest brands in trading off of that principle as well. And I think it's because COVID taught you guys that COVID just made millions of gurus pop up, and it was so saturated with stupidity that even the average person just joining trading for the first day can see right through it, because it's so stupid at this point. For some reason, this weird nerdy platform that I'm working on, of reality, of honesty, of transparency, not trying to sell you guys something every moment, somehow became a huge hit. And I never thought it would be a viral thing, and it became a viral thing. So I guess it's because you guys are tired of the bullshit out there, and it's become neat. So I always thought we'd be like a small little geek club, you know. Now we're a huge geek club, which is great. You guys are all geeks. And so we never, you know, we're not out there like running ads on YouTube or anything like that. We just did our thing. I have this very like anti-industry. I'm very rebellious, I think. We'll give away 25K rapid accounts. We'll do 4 of them with Fund to Next. All right, dude, I'm so like, what's wrong with me today? I've totally haven't even been playing the good music. All right, guys, sunglasses on. How come the names are back to normal? I know, Kristen, right? I'm super excited to see everybody's names normal. All right. We're making money today. It's been a great day streaming. But I'm really so thankful that you guys have helped this community grow, because I feel like in the platform that we have responsibility. And a lot of people, they're given a platform in the space, and the community has elected them to be big through their support. A lot of people take it irresponsibly. A lot of people use it to finally live their dream life and show it off to everybody, which is totally your prerogative. Nothing wrong with that. You earned it. But I think with us, as we got big, our job is, let's really make a difference and do something really substantial. Winner number 2 coming up. We're giving away over $100 and something $1,000 worth of prop accounts every quarter. So by the end of this year, we should have given away about $500,000 of the prop accounts. Thomas up next, number 2. I know, Greg, right? The song is so good. Thomas at Bex, type something in chat. You're here to learn how to get your own iDoc. This is true.
The liquidity map, our atlas clear and bold, shows where Wall Street's true intentions unfold. With bull and bear zones, risk laid bare defined, a 5-point spread, a purpose
Where's the boot camp? Which boot camp? This song is like every Molly Ringwald movie, yeah. I need a boombox, hold on. Little John Cusack there. Reddington, winner number 3. So I think that we still go up higher today. But with res less than 0, I'm not taking the trade. So last winner number 4. Reddington, let's go, baby. You finally won. See, I told you eventually everybody's going to win, probably at least once. So finally you won. Nice job, buddy. Nice job. My man. You finally jumped on Apex this weekend. Helpful. Forgot how much fun it is with Sparrow. The Schmovin is even better now. Oh, yeah. Sparrow is like, I still haven't played. I just unlocked him, but like I've been watching people play Sparrow. It's crazy how Sparrow is like the next big movement character. I feel like almost like Wraith. I've seen like Sparrow just move around and like escape battles so easily, man. Super good. All right, Rocky Mountain Trader number 4. In the meantime, I want to hear the Maybe I'm Wrong song. Maybe I'm Wrong song. So I promise you guys, as we get bigger, these are my commitments to you. Number 1, I will teach you everything I know and not make you pay a lot of money for it. Always. Why? Because I'd rather be famous. If you ask me like what would I rather do, I'd rather be famous for doing something crazy than famous for making a lot of money or whatever. I'd rather be notorious. Other people remember me for doing something wildly different and crazy. Like, this guy was so weird and different. That's my legacy. So I promise I'll do that, teach you everything I know for almost nothing, right? Always. Promise on this stream, as we grow bigger, we get bigger every month, we get bigger in the prop space. I'm gonna leverage that to get more accounts to give away to you guys rather than a bigger salary for myself. As we get bigger and you guys support this stream, we're gonna turn it into like, you know, community-based stuff. It's pretty big how big we're, you know, the prop space is. So, you know, they milk you guys all day long. Let's milk them back a little bit, know what I'm saying? All right, the 4 winners, what you guys need to do is you need to go to the Discord. In the Discord, you need to go to the contest channel. You need to find our admin Slack. So you need to get a hold of him and say, hey, send him a message. Tell him you won. He knows your name. Take a screenshot of your YouTube ID from inside of your account. Let him know that as well. Make sure you have a Funded Next account already. Sign up for Funded Next. That'll hook you up with your 25K Rapid account. They're amazing accounts, by the way. The Rapid accounts there are the quickest accounts to pay out you'll get with any prop firm. It is 1 day to pass and 3 days to pay out. That's it. 4 days to pay out. That's it. From day 1. They're very cheap and it's a capped payout, but that's basically what you get when it's really fast. So the idea is there's a huge ROI if you happen to do well because they're cheap, but they cap the payout there. If you want the uncapped version, you have the legacy accounts with those guys. After day 8, you get a fully uncapped payout, 50% of your full balance. So it says, please make the giveaways exciting. You want me to wear costumes again? I mean, I could put the cowboy hat on. How much more exciting do you want me to make it? You don't like when S&P and NASDAQ go different directions? I know. When days are flat or flat-ish, I tend to trade both S&P and NASDAQ because sometimes they'll deviate in different places, right? Like sometimes one will go down while the other goes up, or S&P's flat and NASDAQ goes up because of the rotation and all that. You send me a clip on Discord. It's a minute long of pure chaos. Oh, I want to see it. Hold up. All right. Was this you playing? This is Sparrow. Oh, if you guys are Apex Legends fans, hold on.
They're gonna give me all. They're gonna give me bubble. I'm walking forward.
Who is that? Is that? I don't know who that's playing. So he's playing Sparrow, right? Yeah, he is. Hold on. Hold on. So, like, basically, like, clutch movement, right? Was that you? So anyways, we're doing an Apex Legends tournament with Tradeify on Friday. I'm planning on winning this thing. So I got some friends we're going to play. And Rockaskir is going to field a couple teams. I got my old teammates ready to jam play. Dang, dude. That's insane. That's insanity. Literally, everybody's on the beach in that final like give me bubble. That's crazy. Finals there. What the heck, dude? That's insanity, man. That's crazy. Oh, those are from pros? Okay, I couldn't tell if that was you. I was like, dang, that's pretty good. It sounded like I don't know, that voice sounded familiar. All right. So anyways, resilience greater than 0. I'm looking for market to stabilize and hold above open. I could take a couple more trades on S&P just to continue to move higher. Nasdaq hitting DD band once, twice, 3 times almost on these waves is a pretty solid sign that the market's probably not going to sell off. Any resilience issues that could show the gap filling to the downside have kind of been resolved here. As of right now, everything is decent and bullish, at least for the get-go. So as of right now, S&P and Nasdaq are still bullish. S&P is holding the open. The final destination, if this were to continue to rally, could be the 65.50 level, a whole nother 40 points from here. This is an entry point for that bigger move up, which I should probably like prepare for. See, like I said, there's really nothing I can do but plant a contract and set and forget it. Maybe I could do that. I know we're breaking out the highs. I know it's probably the craziest thing to like chase it, but I'll plant a runner contract here in 2 accounts. And then I'll buy any dip that we get with it. I'm talking like I'm going to put enough for this just to ride if it rides the whole way. And just sit on it till the end of the day. All right, so these are 2 that I haven't touched. The 2 zeros here, I'm going to put a runner contract S&P for the full 40. That contract can also lose 30 up, 20 down. That can also just take a loss. I'm planning on the range break trade. If I get it, that's fine. I don't normally do this with heavy. One contract, that's it. I repeat, 1 and 1, and that's it. And I'm going to chill on that. Now, it's not on the screen. But I'm just going to set a runner. I'm going to leave the screen active for active trade I want to take. In case we do dip, I'll use that to kind of like press those accounts forward. So that's it, just 2. There should be no talking during that song. Dude, I love that song so much. You know, it's like such a good song. Okay, by the way, on the songwriting submissions, I don't think anybody wrote me and said I overlooked their song, which is good. So we are now into the quarterfinals of the song submissions. Tour will go to the semifinals. Now let me show you. Congratulations, everybody that submitted a song. We had tons of them. Not every one of them made it through. We were pretty generous in the quarterfinal. It's still a big list. We're going to narrow this down pretty significantly. Like, we're going to cut this list to the semis almost by half or greater than half. If we're going to play each song, and if you think this song deserves an award, you're going to vote on it. We're going to play, the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to play 2 songs back to back. And you guys are going to vote A or B. And if it's a tie, they'll both go through. And we'll narrow it down that way. So this afternoon, we'll continue the songwriting contest. Winners of the contest are going to get all kind of stuff. We're going to give away prop accounts, lifetime rocket scooter, and more. It'll be really fun. So if you wrote a song for the stream and we use it, you'll get a chance to win some cool stuff with it. We'll do a poll here on, ooh, that'd be a good idea. A poll here on YouTube. I'll make a poll every 2 songs and you guys can vote A or B. I like that. That video looks like they're playing at 4x speed. It really does, dude. I know. So like 2 of my old teammates that used to play all the time, I convinced them to get back and jam with me in this Tradeify Apex tournament. So these 2 guys are pretty damn good. We were running a so it depends on like which season. So I've always been like either a Gibby or Bangalore main. So I've always been like super aggressive. Both of those are aggressive players. Even like Gibby's like a defensive player. Gibby runs up on the people and bubbles and shotguns people. Like I was very offensive with Gibraltar. So like I'm an aggressive player, and my two teammates that I play with, we were running Lifeline, Rampart, and Bangalore. So that was what we were practicing with all weekend. It's one hell of a squad. Rampart and Lifeline together is OP. Like so offensive aggressive. It's a good comp. It's not like tournament comp now, but it's really good comp against like, you know, Tradeify is going to be like amateur players. So, but everybody's playing Watson Caustic now. It's like the new thing. Where I stop on the next set of songs, if you go in the song submission channel, Tech wrote like, he put like a bunch of yellow emojis where the cutoff was. Lifeline, Rampart, and Newcastle. Oh yeah, Newcastle Lifeline is extremely like godly these days. With Rampart on top of it, you couldn't. That's impossible comp to beat. They could literally stand in the open, and you wouldn't be able to kill them. That's you couldn't get close to it because of Rampart. You couldn't like. They can hole up in a building very well. It's just insane. The new shield is OP. Oh, dude, it's so OP. I played a game on the weekend. We were all in a building. Dude, there was a building, like this tiny little building. And castle, you know, it's a tiny building, like a small one, like literally small. Like, here's how big a person is. It was one of those little side building, and the castle had like his wall there, and the Rampart had her shields up there. And it was just like, we couldn't, there was no windows, nothing. And they ended up killing us. We were like all on the side of the building. Couldn't get nades over the edge. They kept rezzing each other every time we get a knock. They were head glitching the edge. It was just like, okay, that's too corny. And the only reason we had to engage is because we were getting pushed. And so we had to go inside the building. And so did they, and they holed up in the corner. It was ridiculous. Ridiculous. And so I smoked on the inside of the building. I threw my ult so people couldn't run in from the outside and get on top of it, and then we just got smashed. All right, so the songwriting contest, we'll do that this afternoon after My Fun to TV. We'll play the songs like one by one, like A against B, and you guys will vote which one you like more. And then the winner of the vote goes to the semis. If it's relatively close, like 60-40, then we'll keep both of them. But if it's like overwhelmingly good, so the thing is that there's 2 really good songs, I will have veto power to say I'm going to push this one through also. It would just be unfair if two good songs got put next to each other, right? But if it's like, you know, I'll say A, B, and then C will be both. You like both. I'll give you a chance to vote on both. So anyways. Dun, 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 dun. So Tradeify is gonna have a bunch of gaming contests, and every time they do it, I think we should enter and show them how good we are at gaming over here. I'm arguably the best Battlefield player in all of trading. I don't know anybody that plays Battlefield and trading, but that's why I say I'm the best, just jokingly. But I've been like a Battlefield head since for so freaking long. I love that game. So if they find some way to make a Battlefield tournament, I'm in. COD tournament, I'm in. Marvel Rivals, I'm in. Whatever they want to play, man, I'll go play. Did I see Tradeify's new stuff? Yeah, so they got rid of the 7 days to payout, and now it's just 20% consistency, so 5 days to payout. They're really starting to lean towards the funded next model, which is the same thing, but 40% consistency, which is 3 days to payout. Right? It's the same. It's a marketing thing. It's to say no payout cycles, period, but there technically is one. Consistency gives you a minimum days to trade. It's just they don't have to advertise it anymore. Oh yeah, payout windows, none. Payout cycles, none. Daily payouts, sure. And it makes you say, oh wow, that's kind of cool. But then you're like, actually, technically it's like 5 days to pay out, which is cool. It's still an improvement over the 7. Because with Tradeify, you'd have to have 20%, which means you'd burn the last 2 days anyways. This now puts you on par with 20% to get 5 days, which was the intended thing, which is a really, really aggressive push, because Tradeify is a really good prop firm. It's one of the 3 I trade with. The straight to funded, my favorite straight to funded. It's really good. Tradeify and ETF both have really great straight to funded programs. Now with the Tradeify ones, it's 20% consistency, which means 5 days to pay out, which is totally fine. It's a really, really good. Tradeify's other 2 plans, I'm not really a big fan of. The growth and the advanced, they're good. I don't like trailing drawdown, so that's why I don't like the advanced. Some people like it. It's not my style of trading though. And with the growth, which is a really, really, really good end of the day drawdown account, I'd say one of the top 5 for sure out there. It's just hard when my funded futures is so good and funded X is so good. Both of those have slightly better products. I would say, but let's go reinstall Unreal Tournament. Oh hell yeah, dude, let's do that. If it's Counter-Strike, dude, I'd play some Counter-Strike with you guys. What did you play? Like how old are you? Are you like 1.6 days? Are you Source? Like where you stand? Are you CS:GO? Like how far back did you guys play Counter-Strike? That's what I want to know. 1.6? Let's go. 1.5, 1.6? Dude, I love it, man. My millennial friends, let's go. Oh yeah, like 1998. Oh yeah, we used to play Counter-Strike in high school in the computer lab, along with Quake 3, Quake 2, Quake 3. Source was the best. I think I like Source better too. My heart goes to 1.6 because those are like my early days of gaming, but I think I like Source probably the better of the 2. I had more fun in Source, I would say. You played Pong on Atari? Yeah, but did you play competitively online? That's all that matters. What rank were you? Were you diamond ranked Pong player? Were you Predator? The original GTA on computer, like the original Grand Theft Auto, which was bird's eye view. Y'all remember GTA 1? It was like bird's eye view. Oh, it's crazy. The original one. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember GTA 1, but I'll show you guys some nostalgia for y'all. There it is. Look how far we've come, and here's all the police coming at you. Oh man, look how far we've come. Those were the days. Dude, that was like nostalgia. We also played that in the computer lab. parental advisory sticker on the PS on one case for the OG GTA. Oh yeah, that's right. The parental advisories. Back when video games were like the Senate, that guy Congress was talking about how video games were like gonna ruin America. Mortal Kombat is going to be the death of this country. Teaching our kids about violence and maybe, I don't know, maybe they were right. Country's kind of gone to shit. Now that I think about it, they probably were right. Yeah. I guess I blame Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter for where we are now. Damn it. E-Bombs World. Oh my god, dude, that's going way back. Holy crap, that's like the early 2000s internet. Wow. Trogdor, yeah. Okay, this is that's it. You blame Tony Hawk? Why not? We first played multiplayer over serial cable, bringing the entire computer over to a friend's house. Yeah, so when I was in when I was first graduating from college, when Xbox, the first Xbox was still there, and we were playing Halo 1 and Halo 2, my apartment and my buddies next door, there were 3 guys that were all roommates. They're all A&M grads. They all were engineers, and they all lived in the same apartment next to me. And I had an apartment next to them. So 4 of us, a cable would leave, like a 100-foot long cable would like leave my, you'd have to use the Cat 5, but there's a special one, I forgot what it's called, but some of the wires were flipped over. It was like a 2-way cat cable than a regular one. And you could connect 2 Xboxes to each other through a computer, and you use Xbox Connect. This is for you at Xbox Live. And you can use a computer to interface 2 Xboxes together. So we actually could like essentially play online with us on 2 different TVs as a team against other computers that were playing online. Crossover cable, yeah, that one. So it would be me and my friend on my TV with the cable leaving my door connecting to their TV or their computer. I forgot how we set it up, but it was like 4 of us against other teams of 4 online. And we were able to split screen instead of it being like 4 people in quadrant screen. Because I had a big screen TV at the time, a big old 32-inch box TV, which I thought was big at the time, 32-inch. It was a big square. So it was pretty decent to play half split screen on. So we used to have a cable that literally was always there. With all the Xboxes were always connected. It went outside my door, right next to their door, and then inside their apartment and connected their TV. We ran it all along the side of the wall and pushed it into the carpet so that you really couldn't see it. This is the way we do it. Use Xbox Connect and use your computer to make a VPN with others over the internet. Yep. XBC, baby. Wait, so Barbie said, we would have had so much fun. You built a router for yourself and your neighbors. You didn't have a spare box, so it was a shoe box. You had cables across the hallway. Oh, heck yeah. Well, what did you guys play, though? Like, what was your game of choice whenever you were jamming back in the day? We were so crazy into Halo and Halo 2. So our names in Halo 2, it was really funny. So the 3 guys, my three boys, I'm still friends with these guys after all these years. So I went to U of H, they went to A&M, and they were all in the Corps. They were all like country boys, and so I called them my hee haw squad. Because I just made fun of them. I was like, you guys are my hee haw boys. So the 3 of their names were hee haw on Xbox. So hee haw, and it was hee haw and then it was something else. So their names were Donk, Deezy, Doozy, and then another one would sometimes call himself Sleazy. So hee haw the Sleazy, hee haw the Doozy, hee haw the Donk, and then mine was Manosage, which was man sausage, but put together. Don't even laugh. It was just something stupid I wanted to say. So mine was how do you spell it, man? Okay, hold on, man. I spelled it like that. So it was like, if you guys said it was like menosage, just to be something stupid. So that's, yeah, man sausage. So I was basically saying like basically like I got a big dick. That's basically what I was trying to say. You got killed by man sausage. I thought of so that was our team, the He All Squad and Man Sausage. That was us on Halo 2 when we were in our 20s. You got killed by, yeah, basically got killed by Man Sausage. But I had to make it kind of like where if you read it out loud, then it sounded like Manosage instead of it basically saying it. So you were Rabbit Wolverine. That's a cool name. People were like, how do you pronounce your name? Manosage? And I'm like, that's it. And I'll say it fast. People are like, that's so stupid. I was like, yeah, I know. So my Hee Haw squad. And we would always, basically we would like, we were all engineers. Two of us worked at Fluor, like right when I graduated school, we worked at Fluor Daniel. The other two worked at like Schlumberger or something. And we'd all get off work. We go hang out, we crack some beers, and we just drink beer and play Halo. This is what we did after a long day of engineering. 23 years old. Nikki Manosage, there you go. And it was kind of nice. And these guys were like, you know, Aggies love their football. So like we would, when it was like Aggie Day, we'd watch football. They'd throw it every single time the Aggies were playing. They'd have a huge group of people at the house, and I always go over there. It's not with U of H. We never really had much to celebrate as far as football goes, but Schlumberger was a good job. Yeah, like at the time, Schlumberger was huge in hiring, and it was a big, like in the early 2000s, like a lot of my friends went to work there. They had like hiring spree at the time. It's a lot of growth and development stuff. Okay, res is negative now on the S&P, so be careful that if this stays below 0, this gap can fill, so be very careful here. Your gamer tag was PC Tibbles, who was the police constable who used to arrest you guys all the time. So you made him your Halo or your Xbox gamer tag was PC Tibbles. That's hilarious. Chess a Freak is where you play and where you live, and every game you play, people think you just love cheese, even though it's Chess a Freak, not Cheesy Freak. That's funny. 2000 gamer names are wild. Oh yeah, yeah. Mine was you got killed by my man sausage. Just because I was trying to make it funny, like for people to just be like, oh my god, that's stupid. I'm like, yep, that's correct. That is very stupid. The question is, do I bet on the open holding? This is question number 2. Are we going to get a second run up to finish out the day? I think so. I really do think so. Is NQ dipping as well? Okay. I'm going to just take one more bet, a small one again. I had those 2 runners that I grabbed. I'm going to grab one more and one more funded next account, one of the zeros, just on this dip. Even though resilience is kind of fighting, my goal is over the next 5 minutes to wait and see if it does stay developed. If this white line goes above 0, then the trade is good to run for the rest of the day. Worst case scenario on all these that I grabbed, I just grabbed some runners, 1 contract. Now I'm in 3 accounts. I got this one, and this one now. It's all off screen, so just the 3. And if the market falls to here, I'm going to stop out. That is roughly, 20 points, about $1,000 loss in each one of them. Totally okay with that. And then of course I've got A+ setups to dig them all out of the hole if we do fall into there. which is good. All the ones that are green, I'm not touching. Those are pretty much secured with profits, so I'm good there. We should be all right. Do, 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 do. We need to bring back the word pwned. Oh, those are the days when you got pwned. Are the kids still saying, are they still saying pwned? Are they at least saying owned, like you got owned? Are they saying, are at least kids still saying poggers? I know that's like a decade after pwned, but is poggers still a thing? Is that something we say still? Is it wrecked? Ah, okay. Pwned has such more of a, there's more vibe to. Poggers is still a thing? Okay, cool. Everything now is just bruh. Poggers still kind of in there? All right. Okay. I can do me some poggers. For those of you that don't know, poggers is what you say when somebody does something absolutely like amazing that just blows your mind. Poggers is what people will say. To be like, it just means like, whoa. They're saying you're cooked. That's kind of, cooked is kind of cool. PogChamp, yeah. The good stuff. For poggers is now he's cooking. I kind of like he's cooking. That's cool. I like that. Let him cook. Good deal. Do, 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 do. Wait, so I'm not paying attention to all the Tradeify rules. Somebody said instead of making a payout once you make 2,100, now you need to make 3,000. Wait, the payouts got bigger on Tradeify? Is that okay? Let me go look really quick. Let me go to the website. So their payouts got bigger, is what people said. Hold on. Not in the straight to funded. It looks the same on the website. It's still 6,000 trailing drawdown. Oh, wait, payout target. Oh, it doesn't say on here. Can I see? Hold on. They made payouts got bigger? Because what I don't like is that it doesn't tell you on their website. They don't actually tell you the payout target. You have to dig for it a little bit. It's all 1 day to pass on growth. Okay. Wait, so growth has no consistency. Okay, I don't know if that's been the way that it has been. Is that a change? 1 day to, so growth is 1 day to pass. That's actually pretty cool. But they still have a, it doesn't say consistency when funded. I need to go through and read the changes. Growth has always been 1 day to pass. Okay. That's right. I do remember that. So I have to go to the FAQ. See, what I don't like about the website is they don't tell you their profit target. Oh yeah, so the growth it is 6,000 for growth, 9,000 for 150K, but the profit target on the straight to funded, it doesn't say. Okay, so growth is 9. So they made the profit target bigger, or the, what did they actually make bigger? This is what I don't understand. Let Let me get my guys to give me a detailed write-up of the new changes. All right, let's go bounce. All right, let's go. Resilience above 0. Let's go. Let's go. Hold it, baby. Hold it, baby. Hold it, baby. I promise you guys, make sure you do me a favor. Every day you come to the stream, hit the like button, help us keep growing. Remember, every time I go to the partners, I say, look how much bigger our stream is every day. And they go, oh, okay. And we go, I know you gave us 15 accounts last month. Can you give us 30 this month? We're getting bigger. It's like, yeah, sure. Every time you hit the like button, help the engagement, stream grows, and make our giveaways more. So right now we're giving away, 4 funded next accounts every day, and 2 extras every other day, and then the afternoon we do some and things like that. So no more minimum trading days, higher payouts on growth and advanced accounts, better consistency rules. DLL is now dynamic. What does that mean? Dynamic. Can you explain that part, DGen? My guys, they haven't made like an official, other than paying attention to the stream, they haven't made like a blast out to the affiliates yet of like the new changes. And we have a little chat circle with them. It doesn't say anything about it yet. It just says major announcements coming Monday. Normally they'll send normally our partners will like prep us a day in advance or something, but Tradeify for some reason didn't like give us an announcement or anything to talk about. So, what does it mean? This is what you got off Discord, the new accounts next week. Okay, yeah, let me go to the Discord real quick and see. Weird. Yeah, I don't know why they don't like. Honestly, I don't know why they don't do like. They really need to understand the power of a marketing push. They need to get their like top 5 or top 10 people to all like, all right, guys, 7:30 in the morning, start talking about it. They like didn't give us anything. I feel like it waters down a big launch like that if you can't get the information to people quickly. Trailing dynamic means moving. Okay, yeah, but somebody said trailing daily loss limit. I don't understand dynamic daily loss limit. Meaning that daily loss limit is trailing now? Instead of static? Hold on. LOL, Simon. What do they mean? Oh, the DLL gets bigger as you make more money. So the bigger you get, your DLL gets bigger. Okay, that's actually really cool. Okay, that's cool. Okay. See, here's what, now again, I love Tradeify. They're one of my top 3 firms, but this is what I love about My Funded Futures. My Funded Futures has an email, maybe, you know, and we're one of Tradeify's biggest affiliates, by the way. And so we would get the special treatment if they did anything. My Funded Futures will like get with me 2 weeks early and be like, this is the change we're proposing. You and your team look over it, tell us what you think. They'll send it out for feedback. And we'll look at it and we'll say, yeah, this is a great plan. They're like, okay, let's talk marketing strategy. Let's talk about how we can announce this, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll plan, okay, and this is D-Day. This is the day we'll all talk about it. Don't say anything till then. And then we're like ready to talk about it day one and like help the community understand the changes. Tradeify has never done anything like that. They just show up to our stream, we'll tell you about it. And then guys like me are like, wait, what were the changes? And so I feel like there's room for improvement. I've always told them they should like prep us more so we can get the info to tell you guys. Where can I read about it? That's what I want to know. Where can I read about it? that's my thought. It's like, where can I go read about it so I can answer the questions to you guys? It's something coming out soon, and it's coming out for all new accounts is what I'm gathering. I'm piecing it together. What I've got is I've got their guy on the line right now to give us the info about it. Yeah. All right. So we'll find out. I think what they liked, yeah. So I think that in the future, I'm going to ask them, like, let us know. New straight to funded accounts, DLL will be moved from 37 to 6,000 once you reach $9,000 profit. But that doesn't make any sense because once you reach $9,000 profit, there currently is no daily loss limit. It goes away fully. So they're adding daily loss limit on the straight to funded. So hold on. That's not a good change. It's a bad, if that's correct, it's a bad change. On the original straight to funded, 3750 on the 150K accounts is your DLL. Once you get to 9,000 bucks, then this goes away completely, and 150,000 is your blow up point. So you have 159,000 account balance, you get your first payout, and then your buffer is you can lose the whole $9,000, period. There's no more soft reach after your first payout. I thought that's what happens, it goes away. I think that's what happens. Don't get me wrong, it's been a while since I've been there. It's been many months, but I think maybe that's what it used to be whenever I had the accounts at that level. I'm correct, right? It goes away completely. Yeah. After your first payout, it goes, Jason says I'm correct. This is what I thought happened. There's no DLL after your first payout. It's gone. Your buffer is it. So for payout, like that was my original strategy, was just to get over the DLL and build a huge buffer and then go forward. All my subsequent payouts have had no DLL on the straight to funded accounts, 0. This I know for a fact. So after 9K DLL is removed, that has not changed. Okay, good. So what somebody's saying is that you think there was a 6% account balance, DLL goes away. There was nothing. I could take $20,000, $30,000 of drawdown in those accounts and they'd still be alive. I had some days where I took 10K drawdown days and 10K hits. You guys remember them. Brad said the DLL goes to 6K at $9,000 profit. Okay, so they're bringing the rule down. So here's the thing with the straight to funded. That's a rule in the opposite direction. That's a downside rule, not an upside rule, just FYI. So after 9,000, if nothing else is changing, they're actually tightening the reins a little bit. Now, again, 6,000 is still pretty big. That's just preventing YOLO, but yeah, you shouldn't be taking 6,000 losses, which is crazy because even so, that's kind of silly because on payout number 2 with Tradeify on the straight to funded, it's 4,500 for round 2 at 20% consistency, which means you're going for $900 days. So if you're drawing down 6,000 to make 900 bucks, you should be stomping out. This isn't too bad of a deal. It's a tightening step, but it's not that bad. What's up? To be honest, you're going for $900 payouts at that, or $900 days at that point. This is like so that you don't bag hold. This will probably help you, to be honest. It's definitely tightening the reins a little bit, but it's not really that bad. Yeah, you can only make 900 a day anyways on the second round of payouts. What's up? And the third round of payouts, it's what, $600 a day. That's it. So they're only for new accounts that are purchased under this update coming. Cool. So I keep my old rules. What's up? What's up, big ol' boy? What's up, baby boy?
Did you tell them we're going to Coheed tonight?
Oh yeah, we're gonna go to Coheed.
We're gonna go to Coheed.
Her eyes tell the story of things you wish you had.
Do you even know who that is?
Probably.
Do you want lunch or are you still working on your sandwich?
I'm good. That'll be tonight. Coheed and Taking Back Sunday.
Are you more excited about Taking Back Sunday than Coheed?
They're both really good. I mean, Coheed's good. I like both of them, but Taking Back Sunday, I think I had more songs on my playlist in college. I think I like TBS more.
No.
Yeah.
I have to listen to their music.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. A lot of green.
So when, I thank you. When are the changes going to affect? DLL dynamic, once you hit 6%, DLL increases to max drawdown. Now, I only know the straight to funded. That's a step backwards in the straight to funded. But I don't know if that's a step forward in the other ones. I don't know what the DLLs are like in the other accounts because I never did them. No disrespect to Coheed, but Claudio's voice isn't your audio flavor at all. Yeah, it's it comes from that era of music where all the guys had high-pitched voices when they sang rock. He just took it to the extreme and went like extremely high. How many days to pay out in sim funded? 5 now, right now 7. 20% consistency or 7, which really means 5 days and 2, roll the days, right? So normally it's 5 days with 2 burners, and they're really just making it 5 days again. It's really not much of a change. It's a marketable change. It's the same as it's always been as far as the 20%. It's always been 5 days. You just, burn the second 2 days. Now they just got rid of people doing that. So you have to just get 5 days of consistency. Yeah, all new accounts will be 5, which is good. Yeah, Jason, you're right. This is what I remember. Like, I know whenever I was doing these accounts, when I started them in like March, it was like that. I remember my strategy started off was, well, I'm just going to get over the DLL and fuck the consistency. I'm going to put 20K buffer in each account and then get me to 20, 25K profit just to get my first payout. And I did that. And then every second payout was like smaller and smaller amounts. And there was never a DLL. Like I could take a 10K hit in the account and it would still keep going. So I know for a fact, I've had the accounts have taken 10K hits some days, some accounts. Early on, yeah. So this is, but again, it's a fat enough drawdown that it's like you're like 1 to 5 reward to risk ratio. You're gonna get $6,000 drawdown to make $900. That's probably helping you in the long run because that'll keep you at least from busting your account. But the problem is when you hit that, the reason that this is a problem, let me tell you something. This is what happens and how they squeeze you. Let me teach you the math. What happens is if you're trying to make $9,000, right, each day, and imagine you take a $6,000 hit, what happens is that account is as good as gone. Because now you're down the whole 6,000. You're not allowed to make it back the next day. It's not like a real trading account where you can make it all back. You can only make at the rate at which your consistency allows. You can only make $900 a day, but you can allow to lose a lot. So if you're down 6,000, you're going to have to dig 7 days, 7 winning days just to get back to neutral. Granted, you win every day at $900 a day. If you make 6,000 to make it back the next day, you got to make $24,000 more to get your next payout because of 20% consistency. So the fact is they let you lose that much and still stay alive. The account is as good as gone. They would be better off removing it altogether and just letting you blow up and buy a new account. They'd make more money that way, and then you wouldn't have DLL. I don't understand the reason for dynamic DLL. You hate it and they make less money. Seems like a bad choice to me. I would just, if I ran the prop firm, I'd much rather just let you blow up instead of digging back slowly and slowly and slowly. I don't know our thought process there. It'd be better to say we got rid of DLL altogether. And yes, to make $900, there's no DLL. And then you just blow it up one day. If you lose 4, 5, 6 grand for a $900 daily target, you'll never make it back. If it takes you 7 days to crawl back, it's better just to delete it and start over anyways. Like an example, if I need to make $4,500 at 20% consistency, which means I need to make $900 a day and have a $9,000 balance. Currently, I have $159, $9,000 balance with a blow up point at 150. And I happen to lose 8,000. Now I'm down to 1,000. And I need to make 45 on top of that, which means I need to make 163.50. I now have to make $12,500 at $900 a day. Was that 14 days, right? To get my next $3,000 payout. It's much better if you lose all of that to start over for a 5-day to pay out. It's absolutely better just to start over once you take a loss because you have to crawl back at $900 a day to keep your consistency in check. With the straight to funded, the gimmick is if you take a big loss, you're never going to make it back. Does this make sense, everybody? This is what happens. Some of my accounts at 20, 25K buffer took 10K losses and I spent a month grinding it back out. My strategy of trying to beat it that way was both good and bad. It's taken longer to get to the payouts, but it's also cheaper for me to get to the payout. I'm just grinding it out slowly. Or just blow your consistency and then go from there. Right, but then you're forced to trade big, and then with the DLL, you'll never be able to get the scalability off of your DLL anyways. If your DLL moves to $6,000, then you can only scale at 6,000 or a little bit more anyways per day. So that's about the limit you can allow yourself to go to on the plus side, which is what you'll have to do, which is what I had to do to get out of the hole too. I didn't crawl it back as slow. I hit it pretty hard to get those losses back. But instead of like $900, some of my payouts were like based on consistency of like $2,500 days, somewhere in the middle. So they care about you being able to maintain an account? Yeah, I guess. Like, I don't know why, because for you guys, if you take a loss like that, it's much, much, much better just to start over. That makes sense to you guys, right? Or blow your consistency on purpose, which nobody wants to crawl back for 14 days. You might as well just start over and then go for 5 days. It'll cost you another 400 something bucks with our code. But once you hit a big hole, the idea is when you're trading straight to funded, you need to have a daily loss limit that's smaller than theirs. This is the trick with Tradeify. Who cares what they give you? Don't make your DLL any more than twice as big as your consistency allows your profit. Don't dig in a hole twice as big. If your consistency is allowing you $1,800 on the first round of payouts, which is 20% of 9, then your DLL should be about $3,600, which is what it is. It's 2 times the amount. So when you go to the next round, when you only need to make 900 times 5, don't allow yourself to lose more than 1,800. They're going to give you 6,000 to throw you in the hole you can never get out of. So remember, with Tradeify, after payout 1, you need to force yourself using the settings to stop at a certain point, or else you just need to blow the account, start over. Does that make sense? Right? Don't not give yourself a DLL smaller than they give you, or else the 20, because 20% consistency is trash. Otherwise, it's horrible. Otherwise, if you're in a hole, it sucks. So like I said, the example I gave you is if you lose the full $6,000 and you have to make it back $900 at a time, that's 7 extra days just to get back to neutral, plus the 5 you need to trade, which is a total of 12 days. You just gave yourself a 12-day path, assuming you win every day, and you're not. So you just put yourself one losing day at max DLL, puts you like a month behind at 50% consistency or 50% win rate. You're a month behind getting 2-to-1 trades. So don't allow yourself to get in a big trap. Whatever they give you on your profit per day based on consistency, you need to give yourself a DLL that you set, and don't ever go over it, or you'll never get out of the hole. But the consistency changes to 25% on your second payout. Oh, it actually increased to 25. So that's 1 fewer day, which is really good. 1 fewer day to pass is pretty cool. I like that. I definitely like that. Okay. So here's all the data I got. They're getting rid of the 7 days, no minimum days to pay out, which means it's just based on consistency. It's the Funded Next model. It's very similar. Funded Next is 5 days to pay out, specifically on the legacies, but no days to pay out, quote unquote, on the rapids, but it's still 40%, so it's 3. Tradeify's, it seems like it's 5. So it's every 5 days now you can get a payout. Lightning says no days required, but it's just 20% consistency, which is 5 days. Payout 1, oh, here's what it is. 20% consistency on payout 1, 25% consistency on payout 2, 30% consistency on payout 3. So they're allowing you to make bigger payouts in the straight to funded each time. Or faster payouts on the straight to funded each time, which is good. Also means you can have bigger trading days as well. Example is on your old system, $4,500 at 20, which is payout number 2, at 20% means you have to make $900 a day and limit yourself. But at 25, that's $1,125 a day. So you can actually have bigger rewards per day in the new system. That's good. So payout 2, you can go bigger. Payout 3 is 3,000. The old system at 20% means you had to make $600 a day. The new system at 30% means you're allowed to make $900 a day. These are improvements. This is very good. I like when prop firms give me improvements. So payouts 2 and 3 just got a whole hell of a lot better. Payout 1, no change. That's the same. So this is good. This, I'm talking about the 150K as the benchmark for comparison. My funded TV, yes sir. Oh, thanks for the reminder. Okay, we got to go on a little bit. So you guys want to know what I'm doing with my trading and everything, follow up with the rest of the day, join me live on my funded TV. I'll be there live for the next hour, then I'll be back here for the afternoon to stream. I love you guys and thanks for being part of this. I want everybody right now to do me a favor and click this link and go here. I'll be live over there in a little bit. Let me finish up in the next 2 minutes telling what Tradeify is doing. DLL is now dynamic. Once you hit 6% profit, DLL increases to max drawdown. Okay, so that's basically saying at 6% of 150K is 9,000, which is basically their drawdown is 6%, which was 6,000 on, 6% of 150K is 9,000. So once you make your profit target of 9,000, DLL increases to 9,000, increases to 6,000, which is a step down. It's a step in the backwards direction, but in reality, it's not really that big of a deal. The wait is over. Now you can trade on Quant Tower, and I don't know what this X thing is. Is that Project X? What is this thing? What is this X? Is that Project X? I don't know. Y'all tell me. What's the X for? That's Project X. Oh, I don't think that's a good, I don't really care about that. Project X is garbage. All right, guys, we'll see y'all later. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I love y'all. We'll be live on My Funded TV. Click that link. Unless it's a better version of Project X, like Top Step X is garbage. I don't know if Project X is all garbage, but Top Step X is just horrible. It's missing so many features I need as a trader. Just for me. The Quant Tower is great. Yeah, so Lord Wood, isn't that crazy, right? That's what happens. Yeah, so once you're in the hole with Tradeify, sometimes it's better just to start over, just to buy yourself that time back. Like you don't want to dig out of the hole for 3 weeks. You might as well just pay $400 and start over, you know? That's why those big DLLs are bad. You want to give yourself a flat DLL on the street to fund it. Now in other accounts like End of the Days with Funded Next, no DLL is great because the purpose of that account is to scale it really big. But with 20% consistency, a fat DLL is actually the enemy. The bigger the DLL you're allowed, the worse it is when the consistency is smaller. If you guys understand that math, it means you dig yourself into a hole you can't get out of, as Lord Wood said. Yeah. All right, guys, I am getting out of here. Why don't I use Quant Tower for Top Step? I wouldn't use Top Step because I'm not attracted to $5,000 payouts and 90% split. That's not really attractive to me. If I'm going to do end of the day drawdown accounts, I do My Funded Futures Pro for uncapped or 80% of 100K. Get big fat payouts day 14. Get 80K to my pocket. That's what I like. Okay, guys, we'll see you at My Funded TV in just a little bit. I'm going to head on over there. I love y'all. Everybody click that link. Come over there and support me in that channel. We're going to do some giveaways as we always do. They have this forum, ton of giveaways. And we come back here, we'll also be doing a big giveaway as well, as we do always. I'm going to talk. I asked the guys at Tradeify to give me 10 extra accounts to see if they'll give it to me today. We'll let y'all know.
Oh.